bob, and weave. Welcome to the new link. Today, Friday, July 31st, 2020. This is going to be an epic show. We're just going to go today, guys. This is the Matrixxx Grooove show. We've got a lot going on. We've got inthematrixx.live if you want to /tip over there. The mods will drop that over there for you. You can log in with your YouTube. Since demonetization has happened to our show, this is a way to fight back. Because, we could not do this without you, folks. Let me just tell you that right now. We could not do this without you. And we really hope that we can keep doing this for you. I mean, that's really the whole goal. Shady Groove, welcome.
And I would just like to say real quick that we opened up this show with the most booms of any show on YouTube. I mean, these guys out here bringing the booms on Friday. I'm just so impressed with all of you. Thank you so much for joining the show. And thank you for joining the conversation for freedom worldwide. It's great to be here. Great to have you.
Here I am. I'm looking at you guys right now. There you go. There's Yellow Rose. Hello. Hey, Shady. What if we were able to have these guys call in a little later? Would you guys want to call in and say hello and see what's on your mind? Press 17.
Now, that might be too much.
Would you guys want to call in? We can have you call in, folks, with the phone.
I think that we have gotten a little bit of the bugs worked out of this, and we're trying another feature.
Yeah, I mean, you can see I'm struggling a little bit still.
No, you're not struggling at all. You're
struggling right there.
Perfect at 5'5". We bring in the pain.
They are awful quiet. MSM in panic mode. The MSM is in panic mode. They are quiet. Look at the 17s. People would call in, I think, huh?
Uh-oh.
All right, so stay tuned for that number. We're going to give it out, but we got a lot of stuff to go over right now. Boy, I tell you, let's just go over to QAG right now because there's the first post today is probably I really want to cover this first. I don't know why, Shady. It's just because.
Well, I think that it's very relevant. This is a huge post, and this gives a lot of people a lot of insight into what your president is dealing with. I don't know if everybody's paying attention out there, but this guy is fighting every single institution on planet Earth other than we the people. We the people, all he has, guys.
Yeah, that's right. And the Q team is fighting. Our president is fighting. And Shady, I'll take the first half, and you start back down at C19 calculated D.
Copy that.
And I'll take this part. So this is Q post 4620. I think we need to really take this in. Because there is infiltration, and that's everywhere. There, top to bottom, guys. Even on the Chan boards, folks. To tell you, to be quite honest, this is something that we really need to understand. Our president is fighting right and left. And by the way, Mama Medic donated $10. Love you guys. Don't forget, we've got the Patreon too. I can tell if you guys donate on Patreon. I can tell if you guys donate, and I will shout you out as well on the PayPal with the matrixx.live/tip link. So let's go. 4620. This was last night at 1:03 a.m., guys. So yeah, I was awake still, of course. Only those who can be controlled via blackmail or like beliefs were installed in critical leadership positions across all political and non-political control and command positions. CCP. CCP necessary to ensure protective blanket insurance. Traitors everywhere. The Democratic leadership in joint ops with China, CCP, in effort to regain power? It was never about the virus. Sequence of events. Flynn. First strike designed to 1. Cripple. 2. Prevent exposure of illegal acts. Hussein. White House chain of command. Through national security intel discovery. 3. Install controlled replacement. Rogue McMaster was installed, guys. He was a rogue replacement. for General Flynn. McMaster, removal of loyalists, Intel community, NatSec. So this guy was trying to, in my opinion, Shady and I discussed this with the gang today, McMaster was trying to remove people that were loyal to the POTUS.
And to the white hats.
Right. Yes, so removing the good guys.
Yeah.
Install controlled Rogue 2, Coates DNI, prevent D-class, House Senate blockade. Pre-install Rogue 3 through 6, referrals to POTUS regarding McMaster, Coates, Ray, Bolton, plus. So you see that they installed a Rogue Coates to prevent the D class, and we saw that. Remember, C before D. We thought that was Coates before D class, and in fact, right. we found out the Anon said, "Hey, heard that Coates is going to be going away," right. And it's amazing that he found that out. Install controlled Rogue 7, Bolton. Bolton, removal of loyalist Intel community, NatSec. So he was trying to remove, I believe, what Shady and I believe, that were loyal to POTUS. Intel community, national security, White House. Essential to control infiltration. To prevent D-class. Public exposure of true events. Illegal surveillance on Republican candidates, 1 and 2. Cruz and POTUS. The House members, they spied on the House. The Senate members, 1 to X. Journalists, 1 to X. And we know that that's, who is that, Shady? That's Sarah Carter and Solomon, right?
Solomon, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ambassador 1X, plus class through 1 through 99 events. Mueller installed Comey termination, loss of power. POTUS inside of a box. They put him in a box to prevent a counterattack. Impeachment installed, Mueller termination, loss of power. POTUS inside of a box, prevent counterattack. And then all of that, in my opinion, and what we're talking about, C-19 insurance plan, if above fails. And we do see that the above failed. And by the way, Noreen Cochran, thank you very much. Fight, fight, fight. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we got the C-19 insurance plan if everything above fails. And it seems like everything above has failed, but we can still see that our president is still inside of a box. You see that, guys?
Correct.
So C-19 installed, impeachment, termination, loss of power, POTUS inside of a box, prevent counterattack. Stage C-19 stage 1, inform POTUS, Intel and CDC, Intel plus CDC plus WHO plus senior advisors. There's nothing to fear. Do not close travel. Do nothing. That was the political setup. C-19 stage 2, inform POTUS of doomsday. Inaccurate scenario models predicting death count 1 million plus, the political force to lock down and wipe economic and unemployment gains, folks. So we saw that Fauci, his models were saying 2.2 million.
Right.
So essentially we saved 1.8 million people, guys. And that should be the narrative. That should be what the press is happy about, that we don't have all these deaths, right? So now we've got the next phase. Okay, we don't have all these deaths. So C-19 stage 3, activate controlled Democrat governors to spike death count. Huh. And project statewide fear, presenting alarming on-ground conditions. Hospital care supplies, projections, God. C-19 stage 4, push testing. Testing to spike infected rate incline due to daily testing incorporation. The political setup. Controlled MSDNC failure to report death count rates proportional to infected rate. Deliberate miscounting of infected rate number percentage. Change non-positive to positive. Label death of C-19 as non-C-19 as C-19. Guys, this has been absolutely incredible. The C-19 stage 5, eliminate, censor, any opposing view, anti-narrative. What have we seen, Shady? We've seen the white jackets, the doctors that are actually on the ground. This one lady had 350 people that she saved with hydroxychloroquine.
Not one death.
And then one of the doctors actually got fired, folks. You couldn't see it on Facebook. You couldn't see it on Breitbart. Got it removed. It was removed on BitChute. It was removed everywhere, guys. This video was removed everywhere. Also, they're removing the video, the 10-minute video from Tucker as well, Shady.
Yeah, they are, and they've pulled like every single clip on YouTube down of that video where Tucker was talking talking to her, and then she was on, I think, yesterday, explaining that, you know, she's been fired and censored and removed from her position. And I'm also talking to other people. It is really unusual how this has triggered so many people, because like people are listening to the mainstream media, they're listening to the narrative, and they see this, and they see this these people that are saying the word hydroxychloroquine, and it really does seem like that word is a trigger to turn people into orange man bad immediately without any thought. Like we're literally talking about, I mean, think about it. For instance, we're anons, we're people that have dug into the AMA. We're not necessarily supportive of the American Medical Association, but we're here defending the doctors' right to explain their positions and what has happened. And now they're being attacked from all angles. And, you know, Facebook has gone crazy with attacking this information and the people that put it out. I mean, it is unbelievable. So right there, you can see within this Q post how he's explaining all else failed, all assets deployed. They have to do this because of you, because of the people out there that are spreading this information. This is the reason they're having to do this. This is the reason they're having to lie, because they have to work around you guys.
That's right. I mean, this is eliminate censoring any opposing views, anti-narrative. And, you know, so this is what it says: ready when needed. Activate 4-year BLM narrative, 4 times power. Use as division 2020 COVID-19 infect rates to justify close limit until November 3rd, guys. And then
it'll all be over.
Shady, this is incredible. Why don't you go down and finish this post, because this is exactly what happens and what's happening. Go.
And you can see by the next stage that we read through here how nothing is happenstance. In politics, anything that happens for a reason. And now you can see the whole picture with what we're getting ready to read right here. 1, eliminate record eliminate record economic gains. 2, eliminate record unemployment gains. 3, shelter Biden from public appearances and limit public exposure of mental condition. 4, shelter Biden from Ukraine exposure. Narrative change. Media focus on COVID-19. 5, shelter Biden from the presidential debates. Requested demands due to COVID-19. 6, delay the Democrat convention. Strategic takeover of the nominee post conference or post what's the word? Well, I'm missing the word. Yeah. 7, eliminate delay POTUS rallies. Terminate the energy. 8, eliminate.
They want to terminate our MAGA rallies, guys. They don't want they don't want people to see how many of you show up every day at if POTUS. I mean, he's filling large stadiums, guys.
All over the country. It isn't like he goes to states that are less supportive and there's less people at these rallies.
And it does seem that the energy is getting lower, and that's why we need you guys to help us bring that energy back up a notch, folks. This is the president of the United States that is fighting every day these swamp creatures.
And he's doing it for you personally. Like I said, he's not, you can easily see he's not doing it for any establishment voice. He's doing it for you. So number 8, eliminate the ability for people to gather, divide. Number 9, eliminate ability to find peace, strength in time of need, strict church closures. 10, promote mail-in voting as only safe method to bypass the NSA election security.
Now, what are we seeing about mail-in voting real quick, brother?
Oh my gosh, we're seeing all kinds of stuff. I mean, the president even just retweeted that, but I mean, he said yesterday there's been hundreds of millions of ballots sent here. He's like, where did they come from?
That's right. And if you look up like mail-in vote fraud on DuckDuckGo, you will see hundreds. And even if you put 2016, Shady. Continue, brother.
Yeah, all the way back. No, it really does have, we have to understand this. We have to understand that, we even saw an announcement this morning that the post office is going to be closing offices, dude. So now they're saying your post office has to be your polling place, and we're going to start closing the post office.
And I don't trust them.
I don't trust the post office to count my vote, my friend, much less the person that has to look at it that says that it is what it says on the paper. And
don't forget, Shady, remember the post office, they're closing offices. I don't know. This is just, you don't know who gets your vote. You don't know who is mailing it. We have gotten an update from Q and even the president. He blew their heads away when he said foreign countries are printing ballots. Where do they come from? Where do they go? So guys, we've got a major problem here. Go ahead, Shady.
Yeah, we do have a major problem. Number 11, push state bailout stimulus, California, New York, plus wish list items. We need funding. Number 12, increase national debt. Place China into controlling debt position to regain leverage. That's not going to work out for them too good. Number 13, test. Now, this is I want you guys to pay extra attention to these next four, because this is an insight into what the program is that's being run against you and why they're doing this. To test conditional limits of public acceptance. How much will you obey? To test conditional limits of public non-acceptance. Which one of you are not obeying? 15, test conditional limits of state authority, governors and mayors. Which mayors will do what they're told and which ones will step outside the box? 16, test conditional limits of the media, social censorship. Who benefits the most? Figure out how many of you are listening to the narrative and how many of you are paying attention to Q. We have a very clear line here between the two. Democrats, ? China, CCP, ? Russia is the enemy and China is our friend. MSDNC, social media programming, all asshats deployed. Everything seen yesterday, today, and tomorrow equals calculated political moves, events designed and launched by the D Party in coordination with other domestic and foreign entities in an attempt to regain power over you. Prevent accountability, shadow presidency, Hussein, shadow government, information warfare, insurgency. Your voice and your vote matters. Patriots stand united. Welcome to the revolution. Q.
Yeah. Wow. That is pretty concerning. And that's why I wanted to, just make sure that it's interesting that this post confirms what Shady and Bards and I are doing, folks.
Right.
We forgot our power.
Yes. We forgot that we were sovereign individuals. We forgot that we are kings of our own castle. We are not sheep on a farm.
That's right. And let's watch this video about the mail-in voting that our president retweeted.
If you know how to mail a letter, you already know how to mail in your vote.
How you doing? Good, thanks. Thank you very much.
But how long might it take for that vote to actually arrive and be counted?
Oh, you're welcome. Have a good afternoon.
We decided to test it, sending 100 mock ballots simulating 100 voters from locations all across Philadelphia to a P.O. box we set up to represent a local election office. A couple days later, we mailed 100 more, using the same size envelopes and the same class of mail as real ballots here. To approximate the weight, we even folded mock votes into every one. In the following week, we checked our P.O. box for the results.
Mail pickup notice, there's more.
When we went to collect everything, though,
Nothing? No.
most of our votes seemed to be lost.
That's all I have back there right now. But there's
You're
nothing.
sure, huh? You're totally sure. I believe in you. I just...
All right, then. Have a good day.
Okay, take care.
We had to ask for a manager
I'm trying to do something about mail-in ballots.
and explain ourselves before someone finally found our votes.
They have them somewhere else.
Okay, thank you.
1, 2. We soon discovered another problem: missorted mail. 2 pieces of it.
We got a birthday card from Mike to Ronnie. Have a sweet B-day. Get it? There's a B on top.
When the birthday greetings ended,
12, 13.
we found a bigger issue. 21% of our votes hadn't materialized after 4 days. And the batch we'd mailed a week prior, some of those were missing too.
So of our 100 ballots, 97 arrived, which sounds pretty good, unless you consider the fact that that means 3 people who tried to vote by mail in our mock election were in fact disenfranchised by mail.
In a close election, 3% could be pivotal, especially in what's expected to be a record year for mail-in voting.
We're going to see somewhere between probably 80 and 100 million voters receiving their ballot that way.
The Postal Service says voters should mail their return ballots at least 1 week prior to the due date. But nearly half of all states still allow voters to request ballots less than a week before the election. So you can forgive the public for being a tad confused.
How long do you think the post office recommends?
About 3 days, 2 to 3 days.
They're saying at least a week.
A week?
They're saying at least a week for your vote.
I just don't trust the mail. That's true.
You don't trust the mail either?
Well, I just don't. I would like to give, especially during COVID, give them ample time to deliver it.
I don't trust it.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm scared that it might get lost in the mail. I just want to make sure that my vote is submitted. Like, I see that it's submitted, that it actually counts.
Tony DeCopel, CBS News, New York.
Wow, what do you think about that, Shady?
Man, I'm just really beside myself to see, like, now we understand that the postal employees are trained to understand what are ballots coming in, and now they're instructed to remove them from the mailing system. I mean, there's no other explanation for that, right?
Right. I mean, this is absolutely incredible.
And now we're seeing they're going to close the post offices.
Right.
Look at this. And don't we all know that Amazon pretty much got control over the post office through all of this backroom dealings during the Obama administration, and they're like $6 billion in debt. You know, like there is there's some really fishy stuff going on there, and I think that this is a bit of another lead in. You know, it's another spinning plate. It's another lead in to the corruption, and people have to see it, Matrixx.
Absolutely. Absolutely. This, we have to let them see this in order to change. Oh man,
the outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, let's keep going, Shady. Let's talk about, this post right here, and, let's just go over and show this clip. This is, Tucker Carlson yesterday. And I don't think they can censor this one because it's on Fox, correct?
And I would just, for you guys, man, just really take a second here and pay extra attention to the way he sets up what he's about to say, because he's so over the target on this, and it's really interesting to see how over the target he really is with the way he sets up this whole monologue. Very good, Tucker.
All right, here we go. Oh, something went wrong.
Oh no, they did. That one's gone. Is that the same link in?
It's the same one.
Mine was working just a minute ago. Oh, you get to watch the commercial, but the video's gone.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
Hang on.
Let's see if we can find another link. If this doesn't work, mods, maybe you guys could see if we could find another link. I'm looking right now.
Smarter way to workflow.
Huh. Wow.
It took it down again. So this is the second time in the last few days that Q's pointed us to a clip from Tucker, and both times now they've removed it. We're going to see if we can find that clip somewhere else, guys.
Amazing.
I mean, look at the information war. You guys wanted, everybody out there, you wanted to see what was happening in real time. You're seeing what happens in real time with this.
Got it right here. So let's go to theater mode and watch it. Here we go.
Nice.
Of rioting and political chaos. There are still people out there who claim this is all about the death of George Floyd. Believe it or not, there are. Some of the people who say that may actually believe it. We're giving them the benefit of the doubt. The liberal mom who lives next door to you, for example. She's probably entirely sincere when she lectures you about the scourge of police brutality. She means it. She has no idea BLM is about anything else. We're not judging, and that's not surprising. Most Americans are nice people. They're literal and ingenuous. They tend to take claims at face value because they want to believe the best. But in this case, they are wrong. None of what you are watching is about civil rights. Violence and race baiting are the enemies of civil rights. What you're watching instead is a power grab. It's being coordinated by the most ruthless and cynical figures in American politics. They don't want you to know what they're doing. They're not honorable enough to state their intentions. They're not like you at all. When normal people want something, they can be aggressive. But the professional left never is. It's invariably passive aggressive. Their first instinct is to manipulate rather than persuade. They hide their real beliefs. They say precisely the opposite of what they mean every time. They accuse you of the crimes they themselves are committing. It makes your head spin. Arguing with them is pointless, by the way. They're nihilists. They don't believe in the existence of truth or in the fixed meaning of words. They care only about power. It's painful to say this. It hurts to admit there are people in our country who are like this, but there are, and they have more power than ever. If you need more evidence of that, Barack Obama showed up at Congressman John Lewis's funeral today. Obama claimed he was there to eulogize his own friend, but that's not true, and that's not what he did. Instead, Obama gave a divisive and deeply dishonest campaign speech in church. Here's part of what he said.
By ending some of the partisan gerrymandering so that all voters have the power to choose their politicians, not the other way around. And if all this takes eliminating the filibuster, another Jim Crow relic, in order to secure the God-given rights of every American, then that's what we should do.
It's hard to believe that clip is real, but it is, down to the cloying fake accent, Mr. Hawaii guy. But take 3 steps back. Imagine if some greasy politician showed up at your loved one's funeral and started throwing around stupid partisan talking points about
Jim
Senate
Crow relic.
procedure. Can you imagine that? You would be shocked if that happened. You'd probably walk out. Desecrating a funeral with campaign slogans? What kind of person would do that? But Democrats in the audience didn't seem offended. They didn't blink. They cheered. It all seemed normal to them. And why wouldn't it? Political power is their religion. It's not out of place in a church. It's what they worship. People who will politicize a funeral will do anything, and they're trying to. Democrats are working systematically to dismantle the core institutions of American life, beginning with the family and with faith. They're subverting the core system in our government, the justice system. They're nullifying laws, burning police stations, attacking courthouses, working to eliminate the legal equality of American citizens, the foundation of it all. They've systematically repurposed federal law enforcement agencies as political weapons. They have imprisoned their political opponents. Their leaders have called for making all of these changes permanent by packing the Supreme Court, packing the United States Senate, packing the electorate itself by importing tens of millions of new voters. Why are they doing all of this? They'll tell you it's to make the country better and more just, but the country isn't improving and it's not fairer. They're doing this for one reason: to ensure they have complete control of the United States. We're watching it happen right now, though almost no one ever admits it, and those who do come close to getting shut down. We can tell you stories. So how should the rest of us respond to what we're seeing? And let's be clear, by the rest of us, we're not just talking about conservatives or people who watch the show. We're talking about literally everybody else. Moderates, the politically non-aligned, traditional liberals who still care about civil liberties. There are some of those. Sincere religious people of all faiths. Immigrants from abroad who came to this country because of our Bill of Rights, only to watch it evaporate once they got here. In other words, everyone who fundamentally loves this country, which is still most Americans. What do people like that do in the face of this revolution? Well, it's simple. Defend the system that we have. That's our job. The American system is flawed. No one doubts that. But it works better than any other system in history. And tearing it down will not help. In fact, it will benefit only a few, the ones pushing for it, and it will crush millions. So if you care about the United States, fight for its institutions. They have served us well. This country has survived almost 250 years through a civil war. Let's keep going. The president this morning vented his frustrations on Twitter about potential voter fraud in the upcoming election. He wrote this, quote, "With universal mail-in voting, not absentee voting, which is good, 2020 will be the most inaccurate and fraudulent election in history. It will be a great embarrassment to the United States." We don't know if that's true. We hope it's not. It could be, though. That's what the president wrote. And then he ended this way, quote, "Delay the election until people can properly, securely, and safely vote." End quote. Delay the election. Now, that was the headline across cable news today. And we should be clear, that will not happen. The election will almost certainly take place in November. But at this point, it's probably unwise to suggest changing the election, voter fraud or not. Too much is in flux already. That's not accidental. It's by design. A bewildered population dealing with change from every possible direction, cannot fight back. That's why they're doing it. So our job is to defend what we already have as a nation and to promote the continuation of it. Keeping things the same has never been more important than it is right now.
It's amazing, guys.
It is. And it's really, if you're not able to see the political nature of the triggered left and how scared they are in that presentation by the past president yesterday, then you're not paying attention, man. I mean, my jaw came open whenever I saw him say that. Like, what are you talking about? You literally are disregarding the whole history of our system, man.
That's right.
I mean, the filibuster. Let me just read this. I've got this little thing here real quick. I want to read this to you. I'm going to drop this link in here so you guys understand what the filibuster is, because it's a very key part of the way that politics works in the country. And so I just dropped that link there, but I'm just going to read a paragraph here that the now rarely used outside the United States Senate, the filibuster has played a key role in the enactment of federal law since 1789. Amply protected by custom and the formal rules of Senate procedure, the practice is seen by some as the ultimate expression of free speech, and by others as a capricious assault on democratic rule. We present here a review of filibusters in the American past. The filibuster is undoubtedly the clearest demonstration of raw political power in all of American government, the most formidable weapon in the legislative arsenal. It strikes directly at the concept of majority rule that lies near the heart of the democratic process. It permits a single legislator or a determined minority acting in concert literally to talk a bill to death, and through various parliamentary maneuvers to extort concessions that effectively thwart the majority's will once invoked. It can bring lawmaking to a standstill in the United States Senate and on occasion in the House of Representatives as well. So this idea of one representative in the Senate being able to stand up and prevent the passing of a bill by constantly talking and running the momentum into the ground is a piece of our architecture. It's a piece of our institution. It's part of the way our system works to keep the mob or the majority in check, guys. It is a very valuable feature in our system. And this is interesting how, this is another institution now, just like the Electoral College, that's being attacked by the left. They want to tear your country down. They're not putting something in its place. They don't have an idea for something better. They just want freedom gone because freedom stops them from controlling you.
Absentee ballots, great. Going to the polls, great. If you do universal mail-ins with millions and millions of ballots, you're never going to know what the real result of an election is.
That's the difference.
That's the difference. That's absolutely the difference.
That's the difference right there, guys. I just wanted to answer somebody that said it's the same. It's not the same.
It isn't the same.
Florida, we have absentee ballots here. But it's not the same, folks. It's not millions and millions of ballots, guys, that you don't know where they came from and who sent them.
Or where they're going to, or how do you verify? How do you make it legitimate? Like, why can't China just print up the ballot? Why do they even have to send them out to us? Why can't China just send them right to the post office, guys?
That's right.
Can't they just come over here and mail them?
That's right.
And then they're what? Legitimate ballots, Matrixxx? Like, okay, like they fly in and dump them or even mail them here. I mean, like, this is really what is happening.
And let's watch this. This is awesome, dude, right here.
On January 30th, the World Health Organization declared the Chinese coronavirus a global health emergency. President Trump acted immediately, announcing new travel restrictions on China.
Starting at 5 p.m. Eastern on Sunday, the U.S. will temporarily ban foreign nationals who pose a risk of transmitting the coronavirus from entering the country.
Democrats and the media attacked President Trump for these restrictions, but President Trump was right.
Every expert agrees now, looking back, that the president's call to restrict that travel from China pretty early on was a good decision.
But Joe Biden, he got it wrong. The very same day the China travel restrictions were announced, Biden attacked President Trump for acting irrationally.
This is no time for Donald Trump's record of hysterical xenophobia, and fear-mongering to lead the way instead of science.
Days before, Joe Biden's top coronavirus advisor, Ron Klain, got it wrong too.
Would you ban Chinese travelers from arriving in the United States? I wouldn't. I think that's premature.
Biden tweeted the same attack about xenophobia again and again and again. As late as March 26, the Biden campaign still refused to support President Trump's action. Biden's staff would only say travel restrictions could be warranted. Finally, 2 months after President Trump's decision, Biden's staff claimed he supported them all along. They want to rewrite history, but no amount of spin can cover up the fact that Joe Biden got it wrong and President Trump got it right when American lives were at stake.
Boom.
Great ad.
And that's an amazing ad. So, I would just, guys, we are in the fight for our lives. And
that's not a freaking light statement there, man. I mean, this is literal. We think about how they're going to treat you if we lose.
That's right.
Well, they've already said they're coming for us.
That's right. And what's interesting too is that, let me just pivot. Shady, do you want to just talk about why this is the fight of our lives?
Well, I mean, man,
why
I tell
would you
what,
say it's the fight of our lives?
The what?
Why would you say this is the fight of our lives?
I think it's the fight of our lives because we have never seen insurgency with this much power around us. They've been here for decades. They've been working on this operation for decades and slowly coming in. But right now they have every lever. If we go back to that Q post that we just read, and, just to drop a little something in here where at the very top, it said only those who could or can be controlled via blackmail-like beliefs were installed in critical leadership positions across all political and non-political control and command positions. So this is relevant going back to the beginning of the Clinton administration and what was being circulated right then as soon as he took office through the military and through different militia groups in America was this what was referred to as the 29 Palms survey. And I have the link to that. I'm going to drop that to you right here. But this survey went through and was given to every person in the military to answer these questions about when and what and how you would respond to military intervention inside the borders of America. The people that responded in this survey that they wouldn't have any problem in putting Americans in encampments, rounding up Americans, fighting against Americans in skirmishes, hand-to-hand, those people were the people that were handpicked to take a lot of these positions 20, 25 years ago. And this process has been running full bore for 25 years until President Trump took office. So the infiltration is real and it's everywhere. And you're seeing it be exposed, but that's all we can do, man. Matrixxx, that's what we're trying to say is only thing we can do is expose it to you. Right. We have to, our job is for them to not be able to walk down the streets. And the only way they can not be able to walk down the streets is if we expose them. But that's all we can do. The mass amount of the silent majority has to speak up. And that is what getting loud is about, everyone. That's our only power.
Right. Absolutely right. Amazing, dude. And so, what I wanted to also show you guys too is that, we have been in a fight for our life. And, remember the Hunt for Red October posts, Shady. Red October, and our POTUS said it yesterday, we have not seen anything like this since 1917.
Yep.
And in 1917 was the Red October. They called it the Bolshevik Revolution of 1917, Shady.
Correct.
And
that's exactly right.
And so what people don't understand is that this is what we're fighting. We're not fighting Russia anymore. We're fighting China because apparently China was more amenable for them. And this is how you destroy the West. What you do is you corrupt the young, get them away from religion, encourage their interest in sex, make them superficial by focusing their interest in sports, sensual entertainments, and trivialities. Always preach true democracies, but seize power as fast as ruthlessly as possible. Encourage government extravagance. Destroy its credit. Produce fear with rising prices, inflation, and general discontent. Encourage disorder and foster a lenient attitude towards disordered, peaceful protests. By suspicious argument, cause the breakdown of the old moral virtues, honesty, sobriety, and self-restraint. Cause registration of firearms to leave the population defenseless, guys. This is Lenin, folks. Not only was that, I mean, do you remember this Q post, Shady, that Q says, a lie told often enough becomes the truth?
Yep.
Guess who said that?
Guess who said it?
Right. So the hunt for has been removed. The hunters have become the hunted. We are hunting the communists, folks.
Yes. The EAM loyalists.
They've got us as a democracy, right? A democracy is indispensable to socialism, folks. That's why they're programming that a democracy is good. We are not a democracy, or not supposed to be. We're supposed to be a republic.
That's why they had the major push right after 9/11 to tell you that there's no such thing as skilled trade jobs in the future. If you're going to be part of the future, you're going to have to go to school. And so everybody in the country saved up, sent all of their children off to college, and now they're all running around in the streets attacking your country because they weren't given a passion for their country. They were taught America was no different than any other country.
That's right. And I'm going to go ahead and also let you in on a little secret. Guess what they were doing back then, too, in 1917, Shady?
Tell them.
They were wearing masks.
That's exactly right.
You guys are walking around like commies. Do you understand?
And they were doing the exact same thing, shaming people that wouldn't wear masks, making mandates, telling people that you wanted to kill people if you didn't wear your mask.
Here, I'm going to bring the sauce here. This is from a 1917 anniversary. Here you guys are walking around with your masks, shaming people that don't because you are a
communist.
That's right.
It's pure and simple. It's absolutely so simple. It's ridiculous whenever we pull back and look at what is happening. Like, this is, remember the Bolshevik Revolution, what happened in Russia. That was payback. That was payback to them for helping us in the American Revolution. A lot of people don't realize that the Russians helped the colonists free themselves from Britain. We wouldn't have been able to do it without support from them for ammunition and for supplies and a myriad of other things were integral for us to actually beat the British Empire. And the Bolshevik Revolution there in Russia in the early 1900s was their payback. They eliminated the whole monarchy.
Yeah, and you're conscious saying force people to wear masks to protect Antifa. Yes, but it's also a revolution is impossible without a revolutionary situation. Communism. You are wearing masks because what did Q say, Shady? To test if you are a sheep. Right here.
To test who is asleep.
Yeah, to test your limits of public acceptance. Obey. So if you wear a mask, you are obeying.
Yes, you are. And if you live in fear, you're obeying.
Putin, this is about China, guys. And yeah, Putin gave Trump the ball. Putin is good, guys. He knows that they are the New World Order are Satanists, guys. I mean, come on. And you know what? I don't care what Putin says. I don't care what China says. I care what my president says. And this Red October is what we were talking about. The hunt for has been dropped because we are outing the communists, the people that agree to the Bolshevist theory, to total control. And they got our kids thinking democracy is good. I mean, we haven't seen anything like this since 1917, guys.
They've got your whole youth mind warped into an anti-America narrative. They do not have love of country.
And they're wearing masks, Shady.
They're all listening, Matrixx.
So our president is talking about history, showing that, we are repeating history again, folks, because you don't know it. We don't, well, not you. I mean, you guys are the most red-pilled audience on YouTube.
They know it, but you guys don't know it.
Your friends and family don't know it.
No, that's exactly true.
I didn't know that they wore masks till
everyone-
yesterday, Shady. I'm like, hey, I wonder if 1917 they wore masks too.
Oh yeah, I've got there's a few other pictures I was putting up just like I guess it was a week or so ago. It's like it's crazy whenever you see all these newspaper clippings and stuff from that era because they were doing the exact same thing. They were doing the exact same thing. It's almost like they don't have a different playbook.
And this was from Russia, from the actual Russian Revolution, the Red October. This picture is from Red October.
103 years ago.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Linda, try not to be scared, but we just got to let people know what we're fighting here.
Well, it's well. That's a good point. I see what you're saying there. It's hard to explain to people what is going on without coming off like you're afraid of what is going on. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like a normal person that you're trying to explain this stuff to is going to see you explaining this in a little bit of an elevated tone and perceive you as in fear. What is missed in the communication is that you're not trying to project fear on them. You're trying to project awareness, but they have been trained and taught that the awareness is fear. If I've got to think about something that could be threatening, it's a fear-based response, like fight or flight. It's not a thoughtful, logical-based response, which you assume you're going to get out of someone. Instead, you trigger them accidentally.
That's
a lot
right.
of the time.
That's right. And this is it.
Sometimes
Right?
it's on purpose.
Yeah. This is it right here. Let me see if I can actually find it. But Cuomo talks about 1917, and we just think it's about the virus, guys. But we haven't seen anything like this since 1917. Let me just double check here. Let me see.
Thank you very much.
These are user clips. I just want to see if we get the...
Please sit down. This is going to be a very hot one, and we apologize to everybody out there that's got to suffer through it, but you know what? It's better than bad weather. And it's great to be in the Rose Garden. I want to especially thank...
And the Rose Garden. What does the rose represent, folks? So our President Trump is in the Rose Garden, which represents communism.
Yep.
Talking about we haven't seen anything like this since 1917. Have we figured it out yet, Anons? Patriots?
I think it's under our belt, Matrixx.
Hence us being the most...
well, that's why we call them the most red-pilled audience.
Red-pilled audience in YouTube. But anyway,
most red-pilled audience on planet Earth.
POTUS even said it yesterday about 19... We haven't seen anything like this since 1917. Here he is right here. Let's see. And you guys got to realize, I believe he's not just talking about the coronavirus. He's talking about the plan to take over
the country
with communism.
Yep.
Also watch. Jeez, there it is. I mean, I thought the video was going to be there, but it's not. But he said it yesterday, Shady, as well. So guys, when our president talks about this stuff, it's about the virus. The virus is actually communism. That's my decode. The hunt for Red October, they were hunting for communism. The hunt for has been removed. Roses are symbols of socialism and communism. The things that they're talking about with vaccines and makeup and everything is collagen. And that's how do you take a $50 billion a year industry? Well, you give them collagen. You guys are putting baby parts on your face. So anyways, guys, it's much deeper than you think. It's not just about adrenochrome, just to let you know. And KC X-ray, it's about us getting to more places. I will fix it. We're just doing a test with it. Relax. Thank you. So by the way, the first dog tested positive, Shady.
From the Rona?
From the Rona. They think you're stupid, guys.
Lord. How?
I mean, they will print anything.
Now your pets are going to need to wear a mask.
Right. And by the way, that one doctor, Dr. Simone Gold, got fired from the hospital after telling the truth.
And also for a little bit of an update, Dr. Fauci is now saying that you need to be wearing ski goggles when you're out in public.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's not communist enough.
No, like masks aren't enough.
Oh, my gosh. Hey, Bill. Clinton flew 26 times on Lolita.
What?
Hell yeah.
Bill?
With Chris Tucker, spicy. Yeah, we had fun.
What were you doing, Bill?
You don't want to know.
Bill, I think that we've got some new documents on you, Bill.
We do. By the way, Shady, this is us.
That is a perfect meme or perfect gift.
And these are people that are MAGA. I don't know. Which is it? I don't know. Wear the mask. Okay. I'm a communist. Okay. What? No. I'm not going to resist. Nope. I'm going to listen to Fauci. And you know what's funny, too, is I released these videos about Fauci and the WHO saying that masks don't work. And people are like saying, when was that released? What? So truth has a expiration date, Shady?
Yeah, it does. It expires if it's more than 3 days old. It's completely expired. That is irrelevant.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
And this is what we're gonna play right now. Here we go. Rise up, folks.
I'm from Cameroon originally, and I went to medical school in Nigeria. We took hydroxychloroquine, we took camoquine, flavoquine, and all the quins. So I'm kind of used to these medications. So when they started saying it was not work, it was dangerous, I was like, what? Because we give it to babies, pregnant women, elderly people, everybody takes it. Hydroxychloroquine works. I have treated over 350 patients, asthmatics, diabetics, old people, 92-year-olds, 70-something-year-olds, 80-something-year-olds. We've not had one death. America, you don't need to be afraid. COVID has a cure. You don't need to be afraid. COVID has prevention. If they put everybody on hydroxychloroquine right now, for those with early disease, and those that want to get prevention, I'm telling you, we will stop COVID in its tracks in 30 days. I say that, and I can back that up. And for all of you that are attacking us and telling us that we don't exist, why don't you just look me up? TechTax Medical Board. Look up every one of us. We're physicians. You can find us. We're not hiding.
I want you to know tonight that we as a people will get to the promised land. So I'm happy tonight. I'm not worried about anything. I'm not fearing any man. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the coming of the Lord.
And I just want to let you know that God blesses you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I prefer dangerous freedom over peaceful slavery. Thomas Jefferson. What we seek is the reign of law based on the constant of the governed with and sustained by the organized opinion of mankind. Woodrow Wilson. Educate and inform the whole mass of people. They are the only sure reliance for the preservation of our liberty. Thomas Jefferson.
Hallowed words, man. I mean, you really can't explain Q any better than that right there. Let's be honest. Let's look at those three statements that Q dropped November 11th, 2019, and reposted just yesterday or day before yesterday. Yeah. But think about this, guys. This is why your country was founded, to free mankind from slavery. That is why your country was founded. And what Q is doing is exactly what they thought should be done, which is no one is a better steward of the information than the mass of people, the whole mass of people. Look at that comment by Jefferson. Look at what was going on at the time with the printing press and the way they were trying to red pill people back then. This is the exact same scenario here. We have to understand that Q is the back channel of information to you personally. So you alone, just you, can think for yourself and know for yourself what is and must be put right. And so that we can then work. Then we use that as a foundation to get motivated and then work together to come up with solutions to fix the problem. Okay. But we can't, government isn't going to fix the problem, and talking heads and politics aren't going to fix the problem. They're just there to do what we tell them to do. And because we don't know how to tell them what to do, because we've lost our power, they do what it is they are told to do by the people that are telling them to do things. It's a very, very large plan here, everyone. It is not a small plan. This is massive to get you on the same page as your president.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, guys, please, resist. We're so confused. I know, because our president has been telling us this, that, and the other thing. Wear the mask. He's got pictures with the mask, but it says bad people are listening. If you look at the timestamp of the mask. Also, it could be somewhat of a strategy to say, hey, look, we're going to wear the mask so we can go vote, right? I mean, we got to realize that, but we have to stand up. We can't wait for President Trump to make an executive order. This belongs to the government, your cities, your counties. Noreen Cochran agrees. Fight, fight, fight. Thank you, Noreen, for that. I believe that's
Matrixx, I'd like to just ask you a question.
Has donated as well, real quick.
Oh, thank you
very much. We are all mad here for some coffee. Thank you. Max74 has donated. Oh my God. Sorry, he's been MIA. My father's passing on Independence Day. I have been in a real dark place. I've never forgotten you guys. Stand tall and proud where we go when we go out. Mac. Oh my God. God bless you, sir. Prayers up for Mac and the passing of his father. Prayers for him to become in a lighter place and realize that his father is still there with him, and remember all the good times and use that as strength, Mac. Love you, brother.
Yeah, definitely use that as strength, sir, and know that he knows.
Chatelet as well. Thank you very much. Where we go, when we go, all ass hats deployed, but Shield Hunter lurks in the background. Nice. Q Files, keep up the fight. Thank you, brother. Sparky, hello. Thank you, guys. So we do see your donations. Thank you so much, and we need them, by the way. Also, let's go to our president really quick. I think we just got a new tweet that we might want to read. Excuse me 1 second. Let me grab that over there. He said, great job by Jim Jordan, and some also very good statements by Tony Fauci. Big progress being made.
And so that was from the hearings this morning. They were kind of grilling Fauci there a little bit on the Hill today.
Right. And he's Fauci said that it's above his pay grade for protests, but he can shut down businesses. Let's watch this, guys. Here we go.
Churches aren't above his pay grade to shut down.
This video will start after we get a nice ad from the New World Order. 1 second, please.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh, I can skip it now. Get the latest from the Hill. Here we go.
Increase the spread of the virus.
Do protests increase the spread of the virus? I think I can make a general statement.
Well, 500,000 protesters on June 6th alone.
Yeah.
I'm just asking that number of people. Does it increase the spread of the virus?
Crowding together, particularly when you're not wearing a mask, contributes to the spread of the virus.
Should we limit the protesting?
I'm not sure what you mean. How do we say limit the protesting?
Should government limit the protesting?
I don't think that's relevant to.
Well, you just said if it increases the spread of the virus. I'm just asking, should we limit it?
Well, I'm not in a position to determine what the government can do in a forceful way.
Well, you make all kinds of recommendations. You made comments on dating, on baseball, on everything you can imagine. I'm just asking you just said that protests increase the spread. I'm just asking you, should we try to limit the protests?
No, I think I would leave that to people who have more of a position to do that. I can tell you.
Government stopping people from going to church, Dr. Fauci?
Yeah.
Last week in the Calvary Chapel case, 5 liberals on the Supreme Court said it was okay for Nevada to limit church services. Justice Gorsuch said it best. He said, "There's no world in which the Constitution permits Nevada to
I don't believe in God." Why don't you just say it, Fauci?
I'm just asking, is there a world where the Constitution says you can favor one First Amendment liberty, protesting, over another, practicing your faith?
I'm not favoring anybody over anybody. I'm just making a statement that's a broad statement that avoid crowds of any type, no matter where you are, because that leads to the acquisition and transmission. And I don't judge one crowd versus another crowd. When you're in a crowd, particularly if you're not wearing a mask, that induces the spread.
It's a simple question, doctor. Should we limit the protests? Government is obviously limiting people going to church. And look, there's been no violence that I can see at church. I haven't seen people during a church service go out and harm police officers or burn buildings. But we know that, for 63 days, 9 weeks, it's been happening in Portland.
Right. Yeah.
Well, one night in Chicago, 49 officers were injured, but no limit to protests. But boy, you can't go to church on Sunday.
What was this? I don't know how many times I can answer that. I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm just going to tell you.
You've opined on a lot of things, Dr. Fauci.
Yeah, but I've never.
This is something that directly impacts the spread of the virus, and I'm asking your position on the protest.
Yeah, I'm not going to opine on limiting anything. I'm telling you what it is, the danger. and you can make your own conclusion about that. You should stay away from crowds, no matter where the crowds are.
Government has stopped people from going to work. In fact, just in New Jersey 4 days ago, Ian Smith, Frank Trombetta were arrested for trying to operate their business, their gym. They were
Look at that grin, everybody.
My bet
Look at
is
that.
if these two individuals
This guy hates America.
were outside just in front of their gym, and all the people who were working out in their gym were outside protesting, they'd been just fine. But because they were in the gym working out, actually running their business, they got arrested. You think that's okay?
You know, I'm not going to opine on who gets arrested and who does not. I mean, you get where I'm going. I'm telling you, as a public health official, I say crowds.
Do you see the inconsistency, though, Dr. Fauci?
There's no inconsistency, Congressman.
So you're allowed to protest, millions of people on one day in crowds yelling, screaming, but you try to run your business, you get arrested? And if you stood right outside of that same business and protested, you wouldn't get arrested? You don't see an inconsistency there?
I don't understand what you're asking me as a public health official to opine on who should get arrested or not. That's not my position. You could ask it as much as you
you've
want,
advocated for
and I'm
certain
not gonna
businesses.
answer it.
You've advocated for certain businesses to be shut down. I'm just asking you on your position on the protest. I haven't seen one. We've heard a lot about hair salons. I haven't seen one hairstylist who, between haircuts, goes out and attacks police or sets something on fire. But we've seen all kinds of that stuff during protests, and we know the protest actually increased the spread of the virus. You've said that.
I said crowds. I didn't say specifically. I didn't say protests do anything.
So the protests don't increase the spread of the virus?
I didn't say that. You're putting words in my mouth.
No, I just want an answer to the question. Do the protests increase the spread of the virus?
I don't have any scientific evidence that anything. I can tell you that crowds are known, particularly when you don't have a mask.
I don't have scientific evidence of anything.
Acquisition and transmission. No matter what.
So you don't have a position on whether the protests increase the spread of the virus or don't increase the spread of the virus?
I'm saying that crowds, wherever the crowds are, can give you an increased probability that there's going to be acquisition and transmission.
But do you understand Americans' concern? Protesting, particularly according to the Democrats, is just fine, but you can't go to work, you can't go to school, you can't go to church. There's limits placed on all three of those fundamental activities, First Amendment activities, but protesting is just fine.
You know,
gentlemen, shut up!
Please be quiet. That's enough. You've had enough.
We have one that can see.
Yeah, exactly right. Put this guy back over here.
So you can't go to church. You can't go to work. You can't go to school. Even Dr. Fauci says protesting is dangerous, but Democrats encourage people to riot and protest in the street. And I think this is the actual video now on Twitter. Yep, it's here on Twitter now. So good job, Rep. Jim Jordan. Very, very proud to see that, guys.
Man, that was a great setup for him, a good angle for him to go at Dr. Fauci, because that's literally what they're saying. You notice how he was stepping around it and he wouldn't acknowledge it, but that is literally what they're saying. The virus is smart enough to only attack the people in church and that are going to school, but it will leave you alone if you're protesting and rioting and burning stuff. I'm wondering if it's the fires in the area, Matrixxx, that burn off the virus. You know, and so like they set the fires that burns off the virus, so nobody gets the virus, and that's why protesting is safe.
Nobody gets the COVID.
Nobody gets the COVID.
All right, Shady, let's look at this too, because we had the big tech censorship while we were away, and I think this is a very good interview. Big tech is in fact censoring, as we saw with the white coat movement, right? The doctors that are actually on the ground that have real scientific data. Let's check it out.
Well, first with Google, it took them a while to just say they weren't going to try to influence the election, which never inspires a lot of confidence. And we know what they did in 2016. There was the now famous email that came out the day after President Trump won. So on November 9th, the email comes out and they talk about what they tried to do to influence the Latino vote in key states. And that's the important qualifier. They were trying to turn out the Latino vote in Nevada and Florida, swing states, key states, to help Clinton. And they tailored their features to produce that kind of what they thought was going to be the outcome. Obviously, the president did well in those states. So we just want to make sure it's not going to happen again. And more importantly, in the broader sense is, why is there this constant censoring of conservatives? President Trump can't have a tweet on Twitter, but the leader of Iran talking about striking a blow against American citizens, that's just fine. So that's what Americans find frustrating. And frankly, if they're going to keep doing it, there has to be a remedy. We're going to have to act, and we're looking at what the appropriate action is.
Well, what is the appropriate action? That was my next question. I understand you're not there yet, but Congressman, what are the options? I mean, there are antitrust concerns. You look at a Google, what do they do? 90% market share in search? 90%. And then you've got this issue about not being a bulletin board, not being a so-called platform. That's why they are having these liability protections. Does that go away? Because like one of your colleagues, Devin Nunes, says they're content creators.
No, so I think you got three potential options. You got what you just described. Are you a platform or are you more like a publisher? That's what's commonly referred to as Section 230. You got existing antitrust law. The Justice Department is looking at that right now. And then you may need something new. You may need new Congress to craft new legislation. What I know most importantly is none of it's going to happen. None of it's going to work the right way. None of it's going to address the censoring of conservatives if Joe Biden and whoever he picks as vice president get elected in November, or if Jerry Nadler stays as the chairman of the Judiciary Committee. They're not going to want to stop censoring of conservatives. So the most important thing is that Donald Trump get reelected and that the Republicans take back the House so we can actually address this problem.
Well, that's right. And you said a minute ago, look, this takes time. I mean, this is not going to happen before the election, Congressman. So what are you going to do about it? Do you think they're going to cheat?
Well, you got to keep highlighting it. And look, but there is work going on. The Justice Department, as I said, is looking at the antitrust issue. We're looking at 230 language. We've been looking at working with the Senate. But the main thing between now and the next 6 days, whatever it is now to Election Day, is that we highlight every single time that they are censoring conservatives, every single time they are trying to not let conservatives speak in this, this cancel culture mob mentality that we see all too often in our social media right now.
Well, speaking of...
That's the video right there. And you notice he keeps saying antitrust. Hey, Shady?
Yeah, he said that multiple times there, didn't he?
Do you trust Google? Do you trust Facebook? Do you trust the MSM?
Nope.
No. Trust Ray? Why does Q keep saying trust? And this is my thread on antitrust. So I Googled antitrust. And look at restoring trust in antitrust enforcement. Whose gavel is that, Shady?
That is Q's gavel, my friend.
Yes, it is.
2466, way back in November of 2018.
Now you know why they don't want you to see our show, Shady.
Good Lord, it's been over 2 years, man. It's so funny.
That's right. I mean, this is almost December 2018. This is so we know. I mean, they've got it all. We've got it all. I mean, they own everything. It's antitrust. They own the Federal Reserve.
Antitrust.
Exactly right. Guys, I mean, we have it all. We know what's going on. And that's why people here don't want you to figure it out. They don't want you to realize that, getting attacked every day on the board, Shady.
For antitrust and payseur.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Q post 1970. Hey, does P equal payseur? Right.
When are we going to see the pain?
That's right. Looking at, I don't see the POTUS live, so somebody's saying something there, and I was looking to see if he did. Guys, you guys want to call in? Shady, what do you think?
Yeah, let's see if we can maybe get a couple calls. Let's play this little Joe Biden song real quick.
All right. Got you. Is that the tweet there?
Yeah, that's the tweet. Let's play that one for our lovely fans.
All
you guys are going to love this.
How come it's so small? I got a bigger one.
It'll jump up whenever you open it.
All right. No. It's still so small. So small.
I didn't know that.
Small. Did somebody record that off of a screen? Let me find a. Let me see, Shady. Hang on 1 second. I think I got one that's bigger.
Okay.
I think somebody records that off of an iPhone and it gets.
I recorded that off the recording, and so it steps up when you open it to full screen.
No, but it's still small in the middle.
Right. On the iPhone, whenever you open to full screen, it's normal.
Yeah, that's weird, huh? Let me see. I don't. So, anyways, let's figure out. Shady, why don't you copy that number and give people the number?
All right.
I put it there in Discord for you.
I've got
this is the call-in number, guys, and Shady's going to drop it. It's a New York number, and you basically have to go ahead and put in the meeting number, It says your ID. You can just leave that and skip that. And then you'll just have to basically, I believe, go down and just put the passcode in there. So there's three things: the number, the meeting ID, and the passcode. And let's see if we can get some people in here to say hey.
See if you guys want to come in on the Zoom call.
Yep, and we'll take some calls. And Shady, I just am scrolling it. I think I found it. Give me one more second.
All right.
Go ahead and fill some dead air real quick.
Well, I wanted to maybe real quick. I would like to give a shout out if I could.
Yes.
I was in town yesterday morning. I'm going to drop you the link here, Matrixxx, so you can show. But I wanted to highlight this wonderful patriot that I saw yesterday out here in the great state of Oregon, and she was working with quite a nice group of people that were down there. And as I drove by, I stopped at the red light, and I saw a large group of people holding signs that were saying, "Stop human trafficking. 500,000 kids in America go missing every year. Where do the kids go?" And they had a nice group, and I was sitting there at the light, so I rolled the window down, and I looked over, and I said, "Do you guys know Q?" And the lady's like, "What?" I was like, "Do you know Q?" And she was like, "Absolutely," and showed me the Q on her pants. She had a little Q sticker or an embroider on her pants. And I was like, "Nice. I'm glad you guys are out here. Thanks so much for speaking up for us." And I asked her, I was like, "Do you know In the Matrixxx?" And she was like, "Yes, I love him." And I was like, "I'm Shady." And she was like, "Oh my God." And so I got to meet a fan randomly, and I wanted to show you guys her Twitter account so you can follow her and support her. This is a patriot that's actually getting out there and doing something and being proactive and putting into motion an action plan. So really impressed, and thank you, Patriot, for speaking up for all the rest of us.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome.
Great.
I'd be honored. Okay, let me see. I'm just all combobulated. So Shady, we're just gonna go with yours since I can't find it. Where did you drop it?
I dropped it there in Discord. I'm sorry, I forgot that might not translate so good on the screen here.
Discord. There it is. Got it. All right, guys, let's watch this. It's actually kind of
Sorry
funny.
about that.
Let's see if
it's
it does
small.
translate. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see. Here we go.
When he speaks, he makes you wonder.
Drop the number, guys. Come on in.
He doesn't even know what he wants to say. And we know he likes the girls a whole lot younger. Biden's gonna lose to 45. There's nothing anyone can do. Democrats won't survive. It doesn't really matter who you talk to. A liberal mind you cannot teach them. And Chuck and Nancy, they don't have a clue. I guess they're gonna try another impeachment. Biden's gonna lose to 45. Expect the Democrats to switch him out just in time. They try to keep creepy Joe from sniffing. It's hard for him to keep his hands to himself. In the polls he's beating Donald Trump. Only enough for believing. At his age he should just really close the door and retire like Obama. We never hear about Hunter anymore. I guess he paid off his baby's mama. Don't think that we forgot about those bribes. AG Bar is gonna get to you in time.
Biden's gonna lose.
To 45.
45.
That is so good.
All right, we've got 6 people waiting in here. Boy, that's awesome. I can't tell which one jumped in first, so I'm just going to go from the top of the list. Shady.
And you might before, if we pick up on you, you may have to mute your stream because it might give us feedback. So just consider that if you get picked up on, mute your stream, and you should be in real time with us right here, which is going to be a little bit ahead of the stream that you're seeing.
Yeah, that's right, because YouTube does a little bit of
A delay.
Delay. So we're going to let's look at 1518. So 518 area code is coming in right now. It'll take 1 second for you to join. 518, how are you?
Hi, caller.
Hello. Good.
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
No problem. 518, man. I'm in Albany, New York. So
Albany, New York. Welcome. Where we go one, we go all, my brother.
Absolutely. Where we go one, where we go all. I just want to call and say, I love you guys. You guys are doing great work. All the moms out there are doing great work. I want you guys to keep it up.
Man, thank you for that.
Man, I really appreciate you coming to the show and all of you guys out there. I know you're fighting hard in behind enemy lines a little bit there in New York.
Yeah, tell me about it, buddy. I mean, it's despicable out here, dude. I live in the capital region. The cases aren't even that bad, but we go by the same rules of the city almost.
So what are you going out there?
Day.
Are you resisting? Are you not wearing the mask? What are you doing out there to try to resist a little?
Most places I try not to wear the mask. Other places like grocery stores, I'll abide by the rules just because I don't want to deal with people screaming at me. New Yorkers they're different.
Oh, totally understand that. But I do try to say, hey, in protest, I'm wearing this mask, and maybe play the Fauci thing over and over on my iPhone.
Yep. I'm actually going to a protest tomorrow for Back the Blue. They're having a protest on the Capitol building. So
okay, so that's an Albany Capitol building, right?
Yeah, the Albany the Capitol building.
All right, anybody out in the Albany area, get to the Capitol building. Tell them Matrixxx sent you, and Matrixxx and Shady. Tell them
Saturday.
It's Saturday. What time?
12 in the afternoon.
12 in the afternoon. Well, thank you very much for your call, my friend. I appreciate you. Call back again. We're going to try to do this more often.
Thank you very much,
All
caller.
right, yeah.
All right, brother.
No problem. Have a good day, guys.
Thank you. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that actually worked. I can't believe it worked.
All right, so we're going to go to 254. 254 area code is joining us right now. Hello, 254-931. How are you?
Hello.
Hello. How are you? You are on the air.
Matrixxx.
Yes.
It's Hurricane Ann at Wolfpack Radio.
Hey, Hurricane Ann.
What's up, Wolfpack?
Hey.
How are you?
It's my birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh, my gosh.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Tina.
Epic. I can't believe this. Awesome.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty cool.
It's your birthday.
I just want to tell you guys I love you. I'm one of your biggest supporters and one of your patrons, and I'm fixing to go shopping on your store for my birthday.
Wow.
And I love you guys, and I think you did a great job. I'm so proud to have you for my friends.
Oh, thank you. And we're proud of you, and you've been doing some great work yourself. We've heard
Hurricane Ann from Wolfpack Radio, guys.
She's had some great people on the show. I know you had Shady. That was a great interview as well. Fight. That's what we've got to do. We've got to just continue to fight.
I can't wait to have you on my show. And I had Boards of Word Scott scheduled, but I had to cancel because my grandbaby got sick. But
oh no!
And I had Carly on the show, but I can't wait to have you on the show, Matrixxx, because you're my hero and I love you.
Oh, and
so,
try to
I love him too.
Aw, I love you.
I know.
How can you love me when I love you more?
I don't want to monopolize all the time, but I love you guys.
No, by the way, I'm
so proud of you.
Just want you to know. Thank you, and I want you to know. Get the stuff off of the In the Matrixxx live now. The live has a lot. I'm just pulling it up for you right now. If you go to the live, this is where you can donate to us as well. But if you want to have something cool, look at these shirts. We even have a Shady shirt. Look at this. If you can see that.
Oh, I know. I shared it on Facebook. I've been sharing it all over Facebook. So.
And by the way, I ordered everything
out there.
I ordered everything, and it's coming. And I will make sure that everybody understands what the quality is. So, again, thank you very much. And by the way, I think I want to. Let me see. Where is it? Here we go. This is what I wanted to play. Here we go.
Happy birthday to you.
Aww.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. Comment to tell me what to sing next time.
Happy birthday.
Thank y'all so much. That was epic. I love you guys. You're the best.
We love you. And how do you like the Patreon? So you're a $10 or more, and you get to go in the Q Army server. How do you like the Q Army server?
I am a Patreon.
And how do you like the Q Army
awesome.
server?
You should all join it.
Say that again.
Everyone should join Patreon. It's awesome. And you go in the Discord, and we have so much fun. We get to talk Shady and Matrixxx and see all the cool memes and all the latest news. So if you're not on Patreon, you need to get on it because it's awesome and you get special updates, and I'm all for it.
Yeah, thank you. That's a plug. We're going to use it. So thank you, and happy birthday. We'll catch you later.
Thank you. Y'all guys have a good day.
Bye.
You too.
Oh, my God, Shady, how cool is this?
Oh, that's pretty sweet. I think it sounds good. I hope it sounds good out there, but in my headset, it sounds perfect.
Yeah, I know. So let's do 714. We've got a 714 area code coming in right now. 714, you are on the air.
Hello, caller.
Hey, guys. It's Chris Jacobson from QCon Live. Great show today.
There's Chris
how's it
Jacobson.
going, sir?
What's up? I see that you called, but guess where I was? I was right here on the show.
I realized that after I left you both messages, like, I bet they're busy.
Yeah,
we're here. I saw that you called in. How you doing today, man? This is Chris Jacobson, who is doing the QCon Live event in Jacksonville, Florida, at the end of August, where Matrixxx and I are going to be appearing and getting to know some Patriots a little bit better. So, Chris, great to be with you.
Oh boy. Crazy.
Yeah,
right?
Thank you very much. It's great to be chatting with you guys. I am so excited to have you guys live on the stage in Jacksonville, and then the day before at Red Pill Roadshow too. We're gonna have a rocking time.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. So, how can people sign up to get tickets for that, Chris? Why don't you tell them?
How can they sign up? You're gonna go to qcon.live. That's QCON as in conference.live as in live in person. And if you want to go straight to the page, it's qcon.live/JAX for Jacksonville. We got a bunch of these events coming up. qcon.live/Jax. And I put together a promo code for you guys so your listeners can get 15% off. Let me see. I think it's ITM15, but let me double check that right now.
Oh my gosh! Wait for the code before you sign up.
Get a little discount.
Alice is coming to Jacksonville. QCon Live, guys. And Chris has a special code. I think I remember that. I was trying to find it in the Matrixxx, our website, Shady, but I'm just driving. You know how it is. But we'll be live, Jacksonville, Florida, the 26th at QCon Live. It's at the Jacksonville Ice and Sportplex, 3605 Phillips Highway in Jacksonville, Florida. And basically, when does that start? Let me just see when it starts. Do you see when it starts?
It's Wednesday, August 26th. It's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We got a full slate of great presenters and topics. And then the day before, we got, bands and DJs put on by the Red Pill Roadshow guys, Brian Gamble and company.
That's right. And before that, the day before that is the Red Pill Roadshow. And I believe you've got a link up over to that, the redpillroadshow.com. That is Tuesday, August 25th, 4 p.m. to midnight, and it's going to be amazing. So let's get out there and support, people that are coming new to the movement.
Big time Patriot Party, and I will confirm. I just looked it up. ITM 15, as in the Matrix. ITM 15 is your coupon code. Save 15% off your tickets for QCon Live.
Awesome. Thank you very much for that, Chris. I love that you called in. Thank you, sir.
My pleasure, guys.
What do you got to say? What's the one thing you want to say as you're signing off? Give us where we go, one we go. Privilege. Some?
Amen, brother. Where we go one, we go all. And I cannot tell you, it's absolutely true of all the people in this movement. Everybody is so gracious and generous and giving and loving. It is the absolute truth. Where we go one, we go all.
All right, my brother. Thank you for the opportunity as well.
Good to talk to you, Chris.
God bless you guys. Have a great rest of your show.
God bless you, sir.
This is cool. I love it, Matrixxx.
Oh my gosh, right? Let's go to 860. We got two 860, so I'm going to go to 8607, okay? 8607. You're on the air. Or wait, 867. Excuse me. 867, you're on the air. Hi.
Yes.
Hi.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air.
Wow. I'm phoning from the Yukon in northern Canada.
Welcome.
Nice to have you with us.
Just letting you know that we love you up here as well and watch you all the time. hopefully when all is said and done, what you're doing will help Canada out as well, because we sure need it.
100%. And, you know, this is worldwide, and that's why we need to also say where we go when we go all worldwide, because once we cut the strings here, it will be worldwide, and I believe Canada will come along with us. You're probably, you know, a couple years behind us in my estimations, but it will happen, and you got to keep fighting, and thank you very much. How are you doing up there in Canada? Are you sharing information? Are there a lot of people awake up there? What's your... You know, what's your...
We're still waking them up. Well, especially in the Yukon, they're a hard-headed group, and they just don't want to be woke up, I guess.
Yeah.
I try to talk to them, and they just get frustrated and mad, so I quit. So now I do it online.
Okay, digital soldier.
People that will listen to us.
Well, wow.
You know, well, thank you for lending your voice. And sometimes if that's where you're being effective, that is where you're being effective. We're seeing so many different people that are just triggered in all different corners of this. You know, really don't know what's going to set someone off. And so we do understand that there's a large number of people out there that, just like you said, that don't want to be woken up, and we kind of have to move on and find someone that's asking questions. If you can find someone in your real life out there, guys, that's asking you questions, do not ignore them, because they're the ones that you can really red pill. If someone is asking you questions, that person is ready to take the pill and to hear the information. So thank you so much. Thank you very much. Anything that you're doing for this movement out there, and we love to emphasize our wonderful worldwide patriots that are standing up for America, no matter where they are on planet Earth, and we're blessed to have all of you.
And call in again. We'll be doing this again. Where we go one, we go all. Worldwide, Canada.
Where we go one, we go all. Thank you very much.
Much love. Thank you. Whoops. Cancel. I'm trying to figure out how to... Oh, there. She already removed. Okay, so let's... 7 people are still waiting. Hey, let's see. Where's the latest one here? 360... You're on the air, and I can hear us, so turn down your YouTube. How are you?
Hey,
welcome to the show.
You're on with us.
Hey, how you doing? This is Joe Gully.
Joe Gully!
How's it going, brother?
What do you think of this call-in thing here?
This is actually really cool. I just got back from Lincoln City, Oregon. I'm from Vancouver, and they are lousy with the masks up there.
So they're not wearing them. They're resisting, eh?
No, other way around.
Oh, and that's in where?
They know not what they've done by giving a generation of Karens a report hotline.
Oh, my gosh.
Well said.
Right? That's so true. Oh, my gosh.
It's crazy because, you know, in a generation that we've had, you know, every time we come with any type of argument, we always say, well, where's the science? And it's usually the left that usually beats us with that. They always go, well, here's this and here's this and here's this. Usually it always comes back to a CNN report or something like that. But in this case, it's like, well, where's the data to support mass work? And X22 brought up a really good one about the AAPS. If you type in AAPS mass, it'll bring you up to the American Association of Physicians and Surgeons.
Right.
And they've been doing a study that goes back all the way to 2015 saying that no mask worked. They put petri dishes in front of all different types of masks and had people talking or coughing or sneezing, whatever. And none of them stopped anything.
That's interesting. And let's go watch this real quick, Joseph, now that you brought it up. This is Fauci.
Right now in the United States, people should not be walking around with masks.
You're sure of it? Because people are listening really closely to this.
Right now, people should not be walking. There's no reason to be walking around with a mask. When you're in the middle of an outbreak, wearing a mask might make people feel a little bit better, and it might even block a droplet, but it's not providing the perfect protection that people think that it is. And often, there are unintended consequences. People keep fiddling with the mask, and they keep touching their face.
And can you get some schmutz sort of staying inside there?
Of course. But when you think masks, you should think of healthcare providers needing them and people who are ill. right now in the United States.
You know what's funny is
People should
that
not be walking
I
around.
play that video for people and they say, "Oh, when was that video posted?" Well, wait a second.
Like it matters when he said it.
Yeah, because truth has an expiration date, right?
Well, it all depends on what your political agenda is. You know, tomorrow your political agenda could be different.
That's right. Here, let's check this one out.
Myself. So all these masks are floating around out there. Which ones do health officials say you should use? None of them.
As coronavirus fears, so none of them, guys. They're just trying to make you submit, folks. Joseph,
Joe, you're out here in Oregon, and so we're definitely seeing a large increase in the amount of people that are going around. I'm in Southern Oregon that are going around out here wearing the masks as opposed to a couple of weeks ago. I'm assuming you're seeing the same thing up there.
Well, no, yes and no. I was only visiting Oregon. I'm actually from across the river, the Columbia River in Vancouver, Washington.
Oh, okay, okay.
It points to something that I know you guys have your own thinking on Dan Bongino, but something he said really strikes true. It depends on your local government. That's one thing the left beats us at every time. You know, that's the reason why they didn't like it that Trump ran for office, because he came out of right field. Like, they didn't see him coming. And the normal way of doing things that the reason why they beat us at it at every turn is they stack the deck in the local government. And then the way to get to the presidency, the road there is going from local to state to Congress and then to presidency. You know, so they beat this so that when you vote, don't just go, okay, Republican, Republican, Republican. Read on them. Look who is actually running for it.
Absolutely.
Number one.
Good point.
And number two, then you got to think about the type of people, the steady erosion of our laws and the ideas of what people think that, that whether we're a democracy or republic, and defining true left and true right. Well, then you got to ask yourself, well, what about patriotism? Authoritarian versus liberty minded. If you go back, if this mass thing happened in 1945 on VJ Day, on the day that we beat Japan, and you told them, oh, there's a pandemic, you don't know, nobody that has died, it's all ambiguous, wear the mask. They just told you to kick rocks.
Right. Well, I'm telling you to kick rocks.
Hell no.
Yeah,
and then,
good point.
So then when I'm in over in Lincoln City, which was kind of weird, but it was really good there, but it was like so many small businesses, and that's what really makes this country run, is small to medium-sized businesses. And I'm thinking that the coronavirus is more targeting the small and medium businesses and trying to force them to bankrupt themselves or go out of business or sell off. Right.
Right.
No, I think that's exactly the point that so many people are missing. Is the reality is that there is no such thing as an essential business, and what we're really seeing is we're being, as far as small business owners in America, we're being targeted literally and to be shut down. All the while Target, Walmart, Home Depot, all these are allowed to be just wide open and come in and shop all you want. So you can see the China direct stores are open, and those mom and pop businesses are taking it on the chin from the state and local governments.
That's right. Hey.
Well, it's something that you said, Shady, is it's all in the wording. Like, if you look at the CDC, it doesn't say that wearing a mask will stop the spread. It said may.
That's right. That's right.
Everything's always in the wording.
It is. They legalize and word us to death, and it's just so crazy.
So with the mask, when I was in Lincoln City, they built, that I walk into a place and it was like a smaller business, and they, the first Karen that seen me, she was like, "You got to put on a mask." And I tried this, and I go, "Well, I have a disability," and they're like, "Well, you have to go out." And I'm like, "Do you understand what happens if you violate the ADA? The American was it Disease Act or whatever that was?
Disability Act.
You have the Disability Act, you have the HIPAA, you have the First Amendment, the right to protest the mask. You have the Fourth Amendment that says you don't have to tell them what your disability is. Then you have the 14th Amendment, which, what was Dershowitz saying, that you have no law that says that you don't have to take the vaccine. Sorry, Fourth Amendment or the 14th Amendment says I do.
Right.
The 14th Amendment says that I have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Well, my body, my body, my choice, whatever happened to that. The 14th Amendment, that is my property, my blood, everything inside of my body, inside of my skin. That's my property. You have no rights to my property.
That's right.
Absolutely correct.
That's right. Well, hey, we're going to move on. We got 8 people moving, but man, what a great call, my brother. How are you liking the call in? Do you like it?
This is actually really good. Something that you should probably try more often, getting different opinions, whatnot. And I would say that for the Discord, everybody, it's like a one-stop shop. You got memes, you got information. I mean, a lot of the digs that Matrixxx and Shady do, the mods on there, I mean, they are filthy with researching and digging everything, So if you want to help them or get onto the Discord and
tell them how they do that.
On anything, it's great.
Tell them how they get on that Discord.
So if you do a $10 donation on their Patreon, if you look on Matrixxx.com or in the Matrixxx, you should be able to find the links there. I'm sure mods will drop that in the sidebar here.
Patreon.com/InTheMatrixx with 3 X's. Yes.
And $10 donation will get you in.
Man.
Well, I wanted to say that Joe, you're definitely a valued asset over there for the Discord, and we appreciate all the stuff that you
100%.
bring. And it really is one thing that we've learned through all of this is us having a conversation together gets us further along in this movement. The hive mind working together. Theory to all of this is a really brilliant part of the plan. So I really appreciate your participation. In
Thank you, sir.
And that's kind of the point of where we go one, we go all is
absolutely.
We need to form groups and start dropping information to each other, and then just like a bullseye in concentric circles, spreading that information out to bigger and bigger circles, meaning different groups.
That's right, sir. That's right. Well said. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you over
awesome
there.
Call.
Q Army Plus server. Thank you.
Woo-hoo.
Yep, I'm 17 on there.
Right on. All right, so that was awesome. Shady, I want to play this real quick before we go on. We've got 8 people waiting, and we're going to get some of your calls again. But look at this. Did Donald J. Trump and his response to the coronavirus save lives? Let's check it out.
Dr. Fauci, let me ask you about some of the decisions that you worked with President Trump on, and the whole team did. I know when you go back to the beginning of this, the China ban was very heavily discussed. Were you involved in working with President Trump on deciding to ban flights from China?
Yes, sir, I was.
Do you agree with that decision?
I do.
Do you think that decision saved lives, Dr. Fauci?
Yes, I do.
Do you agree with the decision when ultimately we saw spread in Europe, and then the president recommended that we extend that to Europe? Did you participate in that discussion?
I was actively involved in that discussion, sir.
Do you agree with that decision?
Yes, I do.
Do you think that decision saved lives?
Yes, I do.
Eventually, then we saw the United Kingdom have an outbreak, and there had to be a tough decision made. Do we extend that to the United Kingdom? Were you part of that decision?
I was.
And do you agree with that decision as well?
I do.
Did that decision save lives?
Yes, it did.
When you look at the 15 days to slow the spread, initially it started at 15. Were you part of the decision to implement that decision?
I was very much involved in that.
Did that decision save lives, Dr. Fauci?
I believe it did.
Then when President Trump met with you and Dr. Birx to extend that another 30 days, do you agree with that decision that President Trump made to extend that?
Yes, I was very much involved, and I agree with it.
Did that decision save lives, Dr. Fauci?
I believe it did.
So I know we've heard a lot about disagreements. Clearly, there are many decisions made. In fact, there are many very internationally respected doctors that are involved in each of those decisions. Is that correct?
Yes.
By and large, would you say that you and President Trump have been in agreement on most of those decisions?
We were in agreement on virtually all of those.
I appreciate that.
Boom.
Well, why does Dr. Fauci have such a high approval rating and the president doesn't concerning the coronavirus?
Because he wants to vaccinate you with the dirty vaccine that he gets a lot of money from.
Oh, well, that would explain everything.
Yeah, just saying.
Ah.
Oh, wow. What do you say? Another call, Shady?
Let's do it.
All right, we're going to bring in 706-70646. So you're going to be coming in right now. Please mute your stream if you're watching live. Here you come. Come on in, 706.
Hey, 706, you're live. How are you?
706 646 706 461 706. Hello.
Are you with us?
Caller, hello. All right, we're going to remove that caller. Sometimes people are on, I guess, we're new to this. How about 734-277? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Not even here. And
Yeah,
I've
they
got
didn't want
5-5.
ex-liberal on here, did they?
No, they don't like us. They don't.
They're always doing something to us.
They are.
Oh my gosh.
721 people watching now.
Oh my gosh.
Let's see if we're live here.
On here, did they? It looks like it might be coming back on.
It is coming back on, but they knocked off 1,000 people, Shady.
Hey guys, are we back out there?
We're back out there. Yeah.
5. Yeah, it looks like we're back. Hey, I don't know what happened, but it looks like they took a bunch of people off the stream.
1,000. Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, the caller was really lovely, and thank you so much for.
Thank you.
I understand what you're going through. I have family members who are going through very similar things, and it's extremely tough right now. And we just really have to be thankful that Q gave us the insight that he did give us, because that was, like we referenced earlier, the people having the information is the important thing. And we also know that some people just literally don't want to know. And we have to give them that space. No matter how much we love and care about them, it is our responsibility to back away and give them their space to think the way that they would like to think, and hopefully maybe just make a couple of comments that can plant a seed or two, that whenever they decide to wake up, maybe they come back around and ask someone who will give them a good direction to go in to find stuff on their own. Because the quote that Matrixxx has is, "The truth is learned, it's never told." It's very true on a lot of different levels.
Yes. Well, I'm hoping, Shady, that maybe as some of this stuff comes out, about HCQ and the virus, that maybe for some that's really going to wake them up. I'm hoping that truth bomb comes out. And I think too, the whole Epstein thing is about to explode. So I think we're going to see a lot of people joining.
I agree with that, and they're going to be, interestingly enough, I have a feeling they're going to be some of the people that you didn't expect, because you know that your friends and family are extremely smart, and so as the moment they get a toehold on this, they're going to be just like you. And it really is the difference between being a little bit of a mirror and all the information bouncing off of you, and turning into a sponge where all the information gets absorbed and starts to be processed by the mainframe.
That's right.
Yes. And I do think the bulk of Americans are good people, even those who are kind of brainwashed right now. But I think the bulk of people are going to come around. There is going to be some, like you said, who aren't. But yeah.
4 to 6% won't make it.
Thank you so much for calling in and
talking.
This is pretty cool, huh?
Thank you. We might have lost some of your call, but thank you. It was very important. I think when we played Fauci and your truth that it was coming out, it was too much for YouTube, I think.
Oh my goodness. We talked about the COVID.
Don't talk about it. Well, thank you very much for your call. Where we go, one we go.
Where we go, one we go.
All right. Thank you very much. That's awesome.
Bye.
Wow. How cool is that, Shady?
Man, I really love this feature of being able to contact with you guys or communicate with you. That's awesome.
That's right. And if you guys want to
tried it a couple times before, but it was always so clunky and it wouldn't work. And we finally found a workaround.
Yep. If you want to donate, what is it? inthematrix.live/tip, or you can go to the PayPal. We'll basically drop the PayPal too if you want. The Patreon. That's the best way to help us out, guys. Just to be quite honest. This thing here, since we don't get super chats, we actually get, donations from you guys this way, and they take 0%. 0%.
Just so people know, YouTube would take 38% of everything donated. They took it right off the top.
That's right. And
so this is an amazing step forward for us in being able to implement, like getting all this stuff set up has been a little bit of a challenge, man. But now we have a wonderful, wonderful webmaster Q, who is a genius, in my opinion. I don't know, maybe I shouldn't go out on that far of a limb, but I tell you what, I really appreciate what this gentleman has brought to helping us and to helping us get louder. We're not going to be shut up. They're not going to shame us into not talking. We have the voice of the Republic behind us. We stand for our Constitution. We stand for our Bill of Rights. We stand for our republic, which means we stand for you. We stand for the people, just like your president does. And the people are the only ones on that man's side, and the people are the only ones on Q's side. So we're in the same boat, and we're fighting together. The Q people are MAGA on steroids, Matrixx.
Yeah. Also a tenor for Discord info. Yeah, Keki Chan, that's right. We do this and we don't usurp Q. Q post 1366. How about 773, Shady? 773.
773?
You are on the air.
Oh my, I can't believe I'm on your show.
Hi.
You're with us.
Welcome.
How are you? Oh my God, this is way cooler than ever like calling into the radio and winning concert tickets.
Oh, wow, thank you very much, man. Oh my gosh.
So awesome. I have been listening to you guys for so long. Even if I can't be on the live show or listen to the live show, I always play it later on in the day. Oh man, I love you guys. You guys are amazing. Amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. God bless you for sure. What's on your
I'm
mind
from
today?
Chicago.
You're from
We
Chicago?
have a lot of problems.
Uh-oh, that's
like the city.
Yeah, I grew up in St. Charles, Illinois.
Oh yeah, I'm talking like River North Chicago. Like I was watching the rioters outside of my bedroom window destroy my neighborhood.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God, we're so sorry.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah. So it's been tough. So I have a question, and then I have something I really want to ask you guys. Well, I just have two questions, I guess. One, what do we do? What do people like me do that live in Chicago? I walk outside, everyone's wearing masks. There's like 90% of the people are wearing masks while they're walking their dogs, while they're going to the grocery store. Like, what do I do?
I mean,
I don't wear them. But
we have them here in
like,
Florida. In the ocean, they're wearing the masks. It's so crazy. I just don't wear the mask. And if somebody, is going to get violent with you, obviously get your phone out and video it. But hopefully that won't happen. I just kind of say, hey, look, I mean, you're wearing your mask. You shouldn't worry about me. Right.
Yeah.
But, you are in a pretty highly triggered area. Shady.
Yeah, I do understand, being in a more concentrated area like you are, and the number of people that can just be triggered. And to be honest, and I haven't said this on the air, but I would like to say it. Wearing a mask does not mean you're losing. If you choose to wear a mask to go in a store so people will leave you alone or whatever it is, that is not losing. But if you choose to stand in your power and you don't wear the mask and you go out in public, then you just need to be prepared that you probably are going to be confronted by a Karen somewhere and ready for that to occur. There's really no getting around that. And we're definitely not encouraging people to get in situations where you're in danger or someone's going to hurt you. But at the same time, we are Americans and we're patriots, and to hell with them for the most part.
Yeah, nobody's really said anything to me here. However, when I did get my, when I did get my eyes checked, I know that they're a health thing, and I did it, but I didn't do it correctly. Does that make sense? I had like an N95.
You have your nose sticking out?
I did. And so did they.
Or did you wear the Lone Ranger mask? Did you mess that one up?
And by the way, they heard of Out of Shadows. One of them listens to us. So I just kind of red pill as I'm doing it. I'm doing this, against my will if I do that. And we talk, and even the eye doctor, who I perceive as possibly, being a Democrat, we spoke, and she didn't believe the numbers either. So we are actually seeing people waking up from all sides. And I also said, to her that, we could look at New York. I mean, they put these people into nursing homes, right? And killed people, and people that were healthy there got it and died too. And we offered, the Navy put the Comfort there. A United States Navy ship was there, and they only saw 7 patients. And then they left. So, what I say is the best thing to do when you're red pilling people about the masks is don't say the word TRUMP, because you don't have to.
Yeah.
It's really just, you don't really have to,
because that's a trigger word.
What can we do? What can we do in such liberal cities like Chicago, like New York, like LA? What can I do? How can I help change things around? I mean, I'm having the right conversations. I'm posting on my Instagram. I'm posting on my Facebook. I'm doing all that stuff. But what else can I be doing to make a larger impact?
Are you walking around the store with that Fauci video and just laying it on the counter while it's playing?
I have totally told my mom about that because I really want to do it.
Yeah, that works. I've red pilled so many people that way.
another thing that you can do is connect with people that are of like mind, whether maybe it's the church or a community organization or other people, or even the Republican Party, the local Republican Party. There's going to be other people out there that are strong too. And we're a lot more organized online than we are in our real world, and that's kind of a little bit of what Matrixxx and I want to inspire and encourage, is for people to get out into the real world a little bit more. It was really great to see the lady that I saw yesterday here locally in town. They're attacking us with the violence of, like, you just saw on the stream that just happened right then, and the different things that they do to us to try to keep us quiet. But the reality is they can do those things in social media, and they can do those things on YouTube and Facebook, but they really cannot do those things in public if you're out organizing with people of like mind. And maybe use the platform of Facebook and stuff to find other people that are local, and just meet some people for dinner and start batting stuff around. Just one or two people together makes an impact. And on not only that, but also obviously pray. We need to pray for our president, and we need to pray for one another, and we need to pray for the people that are wearing the masks, that hopefully one day that they wake up and see, because it hurts my heart to walk out in public and to see people moving around in a park, and all the people are wearing masks. And what they've, with this most recent Q post, they are using that as a Matrixxx style operation to turn the people that are brainwashed or still in the Matrixxx against us who are awake and still having to operate and walk around in the Matrixxx. That's a pretty interesting analogy and scenario there now, isn't it?
I resemble
definitely.
that remark.
Well, I just joined Discord today, so I'm super excited for that.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
nice.
I just did it, and so I'll definitely connect with you guys. One thing that I really, really want to share, I don't know how many viewers you have from Illinois. I'm assuming probably a lot, I hope. I am actually organizing, this was before yesterday's huge human trafficking awareness day and event. I'm actually organizing a walk downtown Chicago to end human trafficking on August 22nd at 12 p.m. It will be non-political, so I'm right there with you guys.
Awesome.
I want to say 99.9% of the community that has already said that they will be walking. They're right there with us, but we've been like, it's not political, not religious. We're walking to raise awareness of human trafficking. So I don't know if I can say the Facebook group just so I can get people to join.
For
and potentially.
Sure can.
Okay, so if you go on Facebook, type in Freedom for the Children, Illinois. So they're doing them all over the U.S. So actually, if you type in Freedom for the Children, it's a couple of friends of mine who are trying to start a nonprofit organization. So hopefully it'll all work out. But worst case scenario, we're just organizing these walks all over the country for August 22nd at 12 p.m. Central Time. And if you're in Illinois, there's an Illinois one. So just put Illinois at the end of Freedom for the Children, Illinois on Facebook. Join the group. Please come to the event because we really want to make it huge.
Awesome. Oh man, see, and then that's exactly what I think that we should be doing. You're hitting right into center field with what you're thinking there. That is perfectly how we can organize and come together for a cause. Like if you want to throw bricks and rocks at us because we're standing up for the children, then we're in a whole nother conversation than we think. So that is very, very positive, and I appreciate, like I said, I really appreciate all patriots out there who are picking up the baton like this patriot is and speaking up for the people whose voices have been silenced.
And it looks like you have 198 members. It's up there, right there. I just dropped the link in chat. Freedom for the Children,
so much.
Illinois. I just requested the join as well.
Yes, thank you.
All right. So good luck with that. Anything else on your mind before we let you get on out of here and make a difference?
The only thing is I appreciate you both. I think you guys complement each other really, really well. I love the show. And where we go on, we go off from Chicago.
Chi-town. All right. There's somebody said, what should I do? Somebody says, move out of Illinois.
Right.
But then you're not fixing the problem, right? They're just running away from the problem.
Yeah, we need you behind enemy lines. You're doing a great job. Thank you so much. And we love you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Wow, how cool. Oh my gosh.
Wow, that's awesome to have this energy in the show, right? I love it.
Yeah. Let's get Derek Ederer in here. Derek, welcome to the show. Let's see, he's joining, I believe. Derek, hello.
Hey, Derek. He's almost in. Just a second, and it'll be connected.
Right on.
Oh, it's close.
Huh. Tried to get Derek in there. It's not moving. Let's move on to 706.
I think we lost him there.
706. Here we go. 706. Hello. You're on the
Hello.
air. Hello. How are you?
Patriot, hello.
Hey, in the Matrixxx and Shady Groove.
Yes.
What's up, my girl?
Coming at you live.
What's up?
What's up? How are you doing, Patriot?
I am here in Georgia, and I want to tell you guys that our school here in Jackson County, Jefferson High School, was the first school to open up today.
Oh,
nice.
Very
Yeah,
cool.
it was awesome. Got a lot of Patriots here. It was a humongous day for us.
That is huge. So school's going to open up on time, on schedule, right there. And how many others in Georgia are following suit? Oh, do you hear me?
Okay, so okay.
I might have got lost there. It looked like we had a little blip here. So you got your school
Sorry.
open, right? And how about other schools in Georgia? Are they going to follow suit?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's so amazing. So amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing here in Georgia because, like, they're not wearing face masks. Like, a lot of the stores around here are fighting against it. They're like, look, we don't see the need in it.
Nice. Thank God for Georgia. Way to go, Georgia. And I bet you were behind that fight, it sounds like, a little bit. So we're very proud of you as well. Keep fighting.
Oh, yeah. Hoorah.
Hoorah is right.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
Absolutely, 100%. I'm a little bitty store clerk that works in a little mom and pop store, and I'm here to let people know that there are patriots around the world still fighting through red, white, and blue.
Absolutely. And thank you very much.
It is awesome around here.
Thank you very much. And by the way, I don't know if you know, we have a Facebook group too, the Matrixxx Groove Hour. And look at the people reached, 2.5 million folks. Post engagement, 751,000. So we're rocking and rolling.
Wow.
Anything else you want to say before we let you go?
Yeah, definitely 100%. I'm trying to red pill everybody every day, and where we go one, we go all.
Where we go one, we go all. Thank you very much for the call. Call back in. We're going to try to do this more often. I love it.
I love it too.
Yes, I love it too. I love you guys.
Love you.
Thank you so much for what you do.
Much love.
Right,
thank you for the support. Wow. So cool. Everybody. 435. Come on in. 435. Here we are.
Hey.
I can hear you. Oh, she's trying to red pill everybody in the background. How you doing? 435?
Hey, 434.
Hi, it's Kelly Joe.
Kelly Joe,
Hey,
how are
Kelly,
you?
How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, we're awesome. Thanks for calling.
So
I was
happy
red
that this is
pilling my
working
daughter
out.
just then.
Where are you calling from?
Utah.
Utah. So how's it going over there in Utah?
Not far from me.
No, it's pretty rough here. I mean, we had our protest yesterday for End Human Trafficking Day, so.
Very good.
But I just wanted to let you guys know you guys are amazing, and I look forward to your shows every time you guys are on. So.
Wow, in Utah. Thank you so much. I mean, it's just flattering. It's just crazy. Thank you very much for that. I can't believe that people are listening to us in Utah, Shady.
Oh yeah,
I
red pilled my mom, and she is awake now. And my dad, we're fighting on this issue, but I mean, he'll eventually come around. But
Yeah. Does mom listen to the show?
Yep.
Oh wow! Tell your mom we said hello.
Hey, Mom.
Give her a big hug for
I
us.
will tell her. She doesn't join all the time, but when she can, she does. So I will tell her for sure to watch all the time.
Tell her that we said much love. Wow, that is so
We
awesome.
will.
All right, well, thank you very much. Anything else you want? What's on your mind before we let you go?
Just wanted to let you guys know you guys are awesome. So
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, this is
you
touching.
guys have opened a lot of eyes. So
Well, you patriots out there that care are what is the backbone of this whole movement. It is about you, and it is about us protecting each other. Patriots protecting patriots, and turning new people. For every person that we red pill, it's another patriot that we've brought into the information war. So thank you for putting forth that effort.
Yeah, we couldn't do it without you.
Patriots
Much
worldwide.
Where we go
worldwide.
We go all.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye-bye. Wow, Shady. Utah. All right, let's get a 954. This is my neck of the woods. 954. That's a Lauderdale number. Hello.
Uh-oh. Florida.
Yes. Hi.
Is this Ted Deutsch?
Yes. Who's this?
Hi, Anna.
Jeff?
How are you doing?
It's me.
How you doing?
Wait, let me lower it. I think I'm delayed for some reason. I'm waiting for you guys.
You got to mute the stream.
Hi, Shady.
Hey, girl.
I wasn't going to call in because I wanted all the other Patriots to get into. So I'm spoiled. I'm part of your lives a lot.
You sure are.
But I'm calling in because I just figured something out this week. First of all, I have to thank you so much for all the help with the fundraiser. Both of you, all the publicity, the way she's taken off. She is by far the favorite. So,
and then she's talking about Jesse
I feel really
Melton.
good about that. Now it's just flipping Democrats, which it's like I feel like I'm with The Walking Dead when I'm out. I got pushed out of a store.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it is Zombieland. I mean, I went to GNC to buy quinine, which they don't sell. They kicked me out of the store because there's a backup on Amazon. So that's what I've been taking. I've been to South Dakota, Tennessee, North Carolina. On planes, I take my mask off and drink and eat 1 or 2 pretzels the whole time, and I don't wear my mask. I'm like the rebel. Whatever. It is what it is. But I have to make a point. But this guy shoved me out of the store.
Wow.
And I wasn't going to fight. I had my mom, and it was my grandmother's in a home, and she has Alzheimer's, and she's dying. So we were buying her dress, and then I said, let me get you some quinine. You're wearing your mask everywhere, and I was worried about her. But to make a long story short, I didn't call you for that. I called because you had a caller that said, what else can I do? What else can I do? I don't know. I spoke to the Republican Party in my local district. He is the vice president of Broward. So he also is Coral Springs and Parkland on the chair. He gave me he goes, this is what you could do. I got the list of my precinct. It was like my local area, my precinct. There was 172 names on there that were absentee ballots. So I contacted them and said, hello, neighbor. I gave them my name, my address, phone number, and I told them that we still don't have your ballot. I will contact them again next week and let them know that we did receive it or we didn't receive it. I'm going to the meeting. So there are Trumpican clubs out there. You got to look for them, especially if you're in a liberal, psychotic area like mine. They are fighting tooth and nail to not, but we have to get more organized. We're not as organized as they are. I figured this out. I contacted Jesse. I contacted Wayne Clark, which I can't wait till you have him on. And everybody, please follow him. He has no followers, and we have to beat Israel, Tony, all those wackos that are running our county.
Yeah,
Anna, these are sheriffs and
Anna. Let's play this real quick.
Representatives. We have to fight. So this is a great way.
Anna.
So I contacted them. I said, get volunteers. I don't know who they are. I'll shut up now after this. But get a volunteer in each precinct. So not only did I email them, I wrote them letters, and guess what? They're calling me back.
Wow.
I mean, not many, but a lot of them were having conversations, seniors around the corner from me. And it is beautiful to feel like I have other people like me here.
You're doing something.
It's just we don't know. We're a silent majority.
That is huge. And remember when we called out Ted Deutsch? Let's watch this real quick.
Yes.
Check it out.
But the thing is that many of us don't know. I was blessed that I met you. But if I didn't meet you at a Trump rally, I would be one of those Trump supporters screaming at my TV all day. Since I met you, my TV's been off.
Well,
I don't watch TV. I get my real news from
Oh, wow.
Shady Grooove and in the Matrixx.
Well, thank you, Anna. And you know what?
Well, not every day. I'm really pissed that you're not around every day.
Well, we might be going back to that soon.
I know.
So, Anna, I've actually been working with Anna. She has a daughter that has been affected by Parkland. Her daughter went to that school. Just be on the lookout. We're going to be doing some positive things in the near future. Anna, so your daughter was very amazing, and I met Alexa and Ben, and I mean, just prayers for you guys every day. So what we're doing is we're working with the Parkland people to say, hey, where did the money go? Forget about the shooting and who did it and how it was done and blah, 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 blah. Where did the money go? And so we actually were, Wayne right there, Wayne Clark is right there. We may or may not have heard that there was a Black Lives Now roundtable discussion on how to help the black community. And I figured, hey, wouldn't it be helping the black community if we knew where that $800 million went? So let's ask Ted Deutsch. Let's check this out right now. Here we go.
One of our members logged in on our live feed and wanted to know, their name is In the Matrixx. Where did the $800 million go to upgrade Broward schools, Mr. Deutsch?
Yeah.
I'm not sure which $800 million.
Which $800 million? Which?
I'm not sure which $800 million.
Oh yeah, I misplaced $800 million.
Twice, apparently.
I don't.
Like if it's $5.
I'd like to answer that question
idiot.
for you, and to the extent there's $800 million that's there, I'd like to know that as well. But I don't know which $800 million I'm referring to.
Thank you, Mr. Deutsch.
So what happened was he actually left the stream and came back. But let's watch this.
Following up with questions as they come through.
Yeah, no, of course.
Now here he is back. He came back.
Sean. I saw the congressman was raising his hand, sir.
He found it.
I unfortunately need to hop off. I just wanted to. I wanted to circle back on that $800 million question because I just went back. The number sounded familiar, but I knew it wasn't anything we were working on now. I assume that's the $800 million from the bond that the voters passed in 2014, and there was a.
Why isn't this
question,
in the
news? Has always been whether that money has. The question has always been whether that money has and accountability to make sure that the money that we passed to take care of our schools actually goes to that. So I'm assuming that's what they're referring to. And I
have no clue.
I'm grateful for the opportunity to join.
That's it. He has no clue,
wish,
guys.
Everyone the best, and I
also.
hope that,
There are a lot of people in the liberal media telling women how to feel, what to think, how to vote. As a business owner, a mom, and a believer, I don't fit the left's idea of what a woman should be. I'm pro-life, I'm pro-Second Amendment, and when it comes to defending President Trump, I've got his back. I'm Jessie Melton. Elect me to Congress, and the left won't know what hit him.
Kind of like a little commercial for her. But also, it was funny. Anna, you asked Israel, where did the call logs go? And he said, oh, this is probably a Republican smear tactic.
What a rude.
That.
Call me a politician. I'm just a parent.
Yeah.
And you know who called me today? Laura Loomer's campaign.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I got a call, and I told her, I said, I'm really working on helping Jessie. And then I said, are you guys talking? They're talking, because I didn't know what to say. This is the first time I'm involved in anything, and I didn't even when I wrote my letters out to the voters, if I'm associated with the campaign, I'm not getting paid. But he goes, nobody gets paid. But I didn't know what title. I'm not in the loop every day with the whole campaign. I just take upon as a citizen. I'm like, why can't I tell my next door neighbor who to vote for if they don't know? If I know that they agree with my values, I'm not telling them what to do. Not that who to vote for, but I kind of tell them, listen, this Jessie Melton supports the Constitution, is against corruption, human trafficking. Like, I go down the list, and I said, do what you want. But this is the information, so.
Huge. And
I'm allowed to do that.
Yep,
I wrote in there that I'm personally supporting these two candidates.
That's right.
So I'm allowed I'm not telling him what to do, but I'm allowed to do it that way. But I had to disclose why it's more credibility if you work with the Republican Party. And he made me like a leader in my precinct. I go, okay, another title. And then I said, okay.
Right.
And now I just have to follow up. And
Great
that's what I
work.
do. I just, like next week, he'll give me a new list. And then with that list, I'll be able to contact them again. But then the lady, you know what she wanted me to do, which this is another thing that we could be doing. I'll tell you this, and then you can go on to the next caller. But all these people are asking you, what can we do? Because it does feel like you're alone. I mean, you listen to your show and you feel like $1 million. You feel like connected. But you walk outside your house. That's why I avoid going to stores as much as I can. But you see stores shutting down, people wear masks everywhere, and you feel like the Walking Dead. And then you get so down. The other day I even cried. Like, my girlfriend's like, what the hell's wrong with you? And I'm like, how are we going to red pill these people? Like, what do we do? I want to scream at the top of my lungs. Well, anyway, she wants me to stand in the polls. I said, well, I can't do it for Laura because anything I do, I'm standing for Jesse. Broward County has enough issues. So you wear their shirt, you stand, and you pass out information. Now, you don't need, like I wrote the letter on my own. I got the list on my own, and I found out what my precinct was. So you can mail that letter on your own. You could do, but you got to, you run it by people because I didn't know. You could say one wrong word and they'll handcuff you. You know what I mean? You don't know what you can say, what you can't say. So I made sure what I did, I was allowed to do. So, and the same thing when you go to the polls, we need people at the polls making sure that there's nothing funny going on. So that's what they were looking for me to do for Laura Loomer. But I said, I'm sorry, I'll be doing it for Jesse.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
well, and that's what
I got her information. And if there's anybody in West Palm on your show in Broward that wants to help, wants to do, everybody get out there and follow, Clark. I mean, you could donate, even like you said, $5, $17, but by you spreading the word, get more people. Like, I share your videos. I can't tell you, I go down my messenger, my phone book, I tell everybody about you. I don't know who comes aboard, but there's people texting me the other day, what time's the show on? And I go, well, they're changing their system.
Oh my gosh.
And, so as soon as you guys have, it organized, I'm going to send people to you, but they're contacting me, so it's working.
Wow.
So that's the power of the connection, of finding out, stepping up. And that's it. That's all I wanted to tell you about the
and it was an honor
polls
to meet you.
and your precinct. How important is that? You get a list of the voters. I know who my neighbors are now.
That's right. And it's awesome too is we met at the Orlando rally. And we also saw each other at Mar-a-Lago when we met with Jesse and the Parkland people, and we had that lunch with them. I mean, I think we're gonna make a big difference because it's where did the money go? If you find out where the money goes, you're gonna solve the Parkland issue.
The only way we're gonna find out where the money went is if Jesse gets in.
That's right. That's
the only
right.
way, and because even on the ballot right now, the school board, Hickson, the coach Hickson, I forgot his first name, but he was one of the coaches that Coach Bison, Coach Hickson. Well, his wife is running as a Democrat. So was she bought and paid for? I don't know, because how the heck you could be a Democrat nowadays? I don't even know. I'm going to stutter like Ted Deutsch.
Right.
I don't get it.
Right. It's crazy, and then you got that Floridian guy attacking Jesse Melton. I mean, it's crazy. So vote Jesse.
And they're punching her. Even Republicans.
Yep.
Even Republicans. There's one guy that's been working on all the campaigns. I guess because even like the Sun Sentinel, I don't care if you're a Republican or Democrat, mostly Democrats, because at this point, mostly Democrats are left, deep state, but that's a big deep state. They're so corrupt. I'm like, they're following and that's how even the judges, that's another problem we're having. You don't know who the judges are. Anybody that's been there 30, 40 years, you know they have to be corrupt. Right. I mean, I don't know, but how do you survive 40 years as a judge in Broward County if you weren't part of any part of the corruption?
All right, well, thank you very much.
That's
Anna.
how I'm looking at it.
We're going to roll on to the next one. I mean, I can't believe we're on so long. I love this call thing. Anna, you've been awesome.
I love it, too. Thank you so much, Anna, for calling in and informing.
Oh, thank you. I don't want to keep you. Get those Patriots on. I wasn't going to call, but until that.
No, I'm glad you did because you
lady from Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Shady. Thank you. But when she said, what can we do? It is fun. I feel her frustration. I'm in the same. Thank God we have Ron DeSantis, but you don't realize local government is way more important than anything.
Boom.
Absolutely, yes.
We're suffering here.
Thank you very much, Anna. Awesome.
So you got to get them off. Everybody, just like call, even if you get split a list with somebody. I mean, mine was only $172. I wish it was a little bit more, but it was $172. I paid for the stamps. I wrote the letter. I didn't go to bed till 3. You know, it is what it is. I wanted it out. I felt good. And at least we're fighting standing. You gotta fight. You gotta fight.
Yes, Anna, thank you very much.
You know, I'm pushed out of stores. I'm humiliated. I don't like to be told what to do. And they're like, you need to leave. You need to leave. I'm like, what am I, in kindergarten? You know, they're treating us like we're a piece of shit and we're the taxpayers. Sorry,
right.
I didn't mean to curse.
No, it's okay, Anna. We love you.
This is when I get off because I'm going to go off on a rant.
I love you.
You guys have a nice day. God bless you, Patriots. Thanks for the prayers.
Bye.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, she's awesome. Oh my gosh, Shady, this call thing is awesome.
Yeah, really, it really is, because this is what we have to do. We have to be letting Patriots speak and letting Patriots share their ideas with us so that we can emulate these in our own districts and locales. What she was saying there was absolutely imperative. Your local government means everything to you. And now we're talking about Broward there. We're talking about the sheriff that, what's his name? Mr. Clark, who is a constitutional sheriff there in Broward, and also Jesse Melton there, because this is one of the major hubs of trafficking. Human trafficking is in South Florida, as well as out here in Portland. You know, all the stuff that you're seeing in Portland. I would just like to maybe throw this out there to the audience right now, but doesn't everyone think that I made this into a tweet the other day, but don't you think that it's interesting that everyone in Portland is so concerned with the federal courthouse? And that's one of 93 districts where there is a federal courthouse. And what are the federal courthouses doing right now? Matrixxx, like, how many indictments are in Oregon? You know, so why is Antifa so fixated on a courthouse, and why do they not really care about banks?
Wow. Yeah. Why don't they care about banks? Why don't they care about Planned Parenthood? Right?
Yeah, well, you know, it's like you would think that if you're going to loot something, why aren't you looting a bank? Why are you trying to loot a courthouse?
That's right.
What's going on there? This is their generals. What you're seeing with the radical left right now and their escalation over the people being picked up in Portland. Remember, they're going all crazy about, these people being picked. Isn't that the same way they acted whenever Soleimani was killed?
That's right.
So we're taking their generals off the battlefield, and they're flipping out and flopping around over there, and they're acting exactly like it was whenever we took Soleimani off the battlefield. Very interesting.
Absolutely. Let's play this real quick. This is Bill Cooper talking about how the elite have controlled men. Here we go.
That's why they pay athletes these fantastic salaries. I was listening to the radio the other day. They just contracted to pay one player on one team $6 million a year. Can you believe this?
And why is that?
It's the Roman circus. What does the emperor do when the people become restive, and when the people are asking questions, and when the people don't like the policies of the emperor? He sends them to the circus. He creates a circus. He builds a giant coliseum. And he begins to throw the Christians to the lions. And he has great chariot races and football games and basketball games, all to keep the idiots preoccupied with things that don't mean anything in the scheme of the entire world, so that they don't have the time to learn what the truth is, so they don't ever get smart enough to learn how they're being manipulated, so they don't ever question the emperor. That's why they pay a player on a football team or a baseball team $1 million or $2 million or $3 million a year. It is the Roman circus. I know men who don't know anything in the world except who plays third base for the Mets. And they think that's a great accomplishment. And they meet and pat each other on the back and bond and go have cocktails and talk about what this guy that plays third base for the Mets did in last night's game. Sad. It's really sad.
Is there any room in a kind of society where these manipulations are not taking place for this type of entertainment or any type of entertainment at all?
If people understand that a game is a game, if people understand that nobody, no matter what they do, is worth paying $2 or $3 million a year for, people should be able to get rich if they want to, by the sweat of their individual labor. Okay? By going out and doing something for the world. Not by taking people's minds away from
them. Not by taking your mind away, guys. And that's why they're kneeling. That's why, guys, right? You got it, right?
Yes, it is.
Wow,
it absolutely is. And you're seeing this. Let's look at this, and even through a little bit of a different lens. Like let's think lockdown. And what did the president do? And what was the Patriots' plan? And how did this all come about with the COVID thing that they released? We were able to use this as cover a little bit, weren't we? Because now we have exposed the massive sports teams. We've exposed all of these layers in the entertainment world of going to concerts and all this whole structure. That was all controlled structure, every bit of it. And people going to do these activities, gathering in these large arenas. You know, I know it's not talked about, but there's quite a number of people, children, they go missing at games, okay, at concert events, at festivals, right? So slowing down their ability to capture people has been a little bit of this plan, as well as taking them down. But keeping us at home and keeping us safe was a good thing for this duration. And let's be realistic. How much of football can you take if they're all kneeling when they play the national anthem?
That's right. And why are they
How much
kneeling?
are you going to take? Are you going to still go to the game? Are you still going to buy the jerseys? What are you guys going to do?
And why are they kneeling, Shady, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't mean to yell, but my gosh, look at what we're seeing here. This is the truth we're looking at.
I want to play this real quick. We got two
This
callers.
is great. This is great.
It's kind of creepy
awesome.
at first, but it was actually pretty awesome.
Oh, it's so good.
Here we go.
France, Spain, ourselves, many doctors, many doctors came out and they said, it's great. Now, you have to go to a doctor. I have a doctor in the White House. I said, what do you think? And it's just a line of defense. I'm just talking about as a line of defense. I'm dealing with a lot of people. Look at all the people in the room. You know, I'm the president and I'm dealing with a lot of people. And it's a very inexpensive drug. It's almost pennies. It's very inexpensive. And it's been out for close to 70 years for a couple of different things, right? Lupus and malaria and even arthritis, they say.
That's so awesome. She nails it, man.
France, Spain.
She nails it. And by the way, let's look. What does Biden think from 2006? Here we go.
I voted for a fence. I voted unlike most Democrats, and some of you won't like it. I voted for 700-mile fence. But let me tell you, we can build a fence 40 stories high, unless it changes the dynamic in Mexico. And you will not like this. And punish American employers who knowingly violate the law when in fact they hire illegals. Unless you do those two things, all the rest is window dressing. Now I know I'm not supposed to say it that bluntly, but they're the facts. They're the facts.
They're the
And
facts.
so everything else we do is in between here. Everything.
What do you think of that? So he votes for a fence. He votes for 40 stories high, 700 miles, Shady.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, here we
Tell
go.
you what, man.
I wanted to show you this real quick. This is great.
Now, Mr. Barr, are you investigating Donald Trump for commuting the prison sentence of his longtime friend and political advisor, Roger Stone?
No.
Why not?
Why should I?
Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go.
Yeah.
Classic. All right, Shady, you want to take two more?
Sure.
All right, 5, 4, 1.
Mr. Barr, are you investigating Donald Trump?
5, 4,
Hey,
1.
541, you're with
Hello,
us.
hello.
541.
That's you.
Is this Joe Ray?
Yes.
Oh my gosh,
Hey, Joe
Joe
Ray,
Ray
you're live.
Perkins, the future senator of Oregon. Hi.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey, Joe Ray.
Well, what a show. This was an awesome show. I got to hear most of it today.
Excellent.
Yeah, thank you guys for taking all these calls today. I think it's absolutely awesome. I was sitting here perusing some of the news. Just read that up in Portland, the Portland commissioner announced on Tuesday, which I just now saw this, that they're going to fine the federal government $500 for every 15 minutes the fence remains around the Hatfield Federal Courthouse.
Oh my God.
What?
$500 for every 15 minutes.
Oh my God.
Wow, that's going to be hilarious to try to collect on.
There's Joe
It's,
Ray.
it's insane, and that they will not allow city workers to go and work on the fence. Well, myself and my videographer happened to be up in Portland on Tuesday morning doing some videotaping, and unfortunately, they were welding on that fence and finished as we were done.
Wow.
We're going to go back up, and because it was really hard to hear, but they were fortifying the fence to keep the rioters from going inside of it. And this is just straight out anarchy. We know what it is. I've been red pilling people, but I want to share with you guys real quickly. Tuesday, while we were getting set up, I noticed a young man sitting on the steps, which happened to be at the Portland Police Precinct, which is right across the street from the federal courthouse. And I said, hey, can I talk to you for a couple of minutes? And he said, sure. And his name is Leo, which I wondered afterwards, like, did he make that name up? Because Leos are law enforcement officers.
Yeah.
Leo is 20 years old. He just came up the day before from LA. And he said he wanted to see what was going on for himself. And I cautioned him to be careful. I said, I'm not an attorney, but I'm going to caution you, because if you get in trouble, you've crossed the state line. You don't want a federal felony. Because if you get caught. And he looked at me, and so I said, what do you think about all that graffiti on the building? I go, do you think it's okay? And he said, no. He goes, well, no, he didn't say no. He goes, I don't know. And I said, well, how about if they started doing that to your car? Would you like that? He said, no. And I said, let me tell you a little bit about Marxism. And he had a mask on, so I'm really watching his eyes. And so the look on his eyes, and he said, and the Marxism, you have freedom. You have the freedom they tell you have. You don't have the freedom you've got today. It's only what they decide. And by the way, your car, they get to take it. Doesn't matter, you paid for it. It's theirs. Everything you own belongs to them. You have nothing. Is that what you want? And he just kind of looked at me, and I said, look at everything critically and analyze it. Before he left, he comes up to me and goes, can I get my picture taken with you? 20 years old. I said, sure. Man. So, I didn't preach at him. I just laid some things out to him, and he was open to hearing. There's a chance. We've not lost this at all, friends. Talk to everybody.
Exactly. Don't keep your guard up just because you might have a preconceived notion about someone. Like, be open to talking to people that are listening.
That's right.
Wow, Joey, that's a great story. What do they think about X? How do they feel about it? Get to know what they are feeling. And I keep saying this, find something to agree with them on. Even if it's, I used to feel that way myself until now you're agreeing with them. We're in agreement until I saw this side. And all of a sudden I went, wait a minute, this doesn't look right. Something's wrong here. And so, we're all learning how to think critically. Start thinking critically with everybody that you're talking to. I don't wear a mask except for when I go into a business, into a location like a medical facility. I am choosing to be there, and their requirement is that I must have a mask on. If I did not want to use their service in that place, then I could leave. That's the only time that I wear a mask on, and as soon as I'm out, it's off. I go to the store, I refuse to wear a mask, and I get the looks from people, and I opt to think they're just going, I wish I had her guts to walk around with no mask on. I hate these things.
That's exactly right.
Wow. That's amazing.
And I smile at people and I say hello to people, what they're doing. And we've heard bards talk about this. It's a muzzle. When they're blocking half to 3/4 of our face, you can't see the nonverbals. People are afraid, and you all know this. They're afraid to even address other human beings. And this is part of Marxism.
You saw our 1917 decode earlier in the show. POTUS keeps saying, we've never seen anything like this since 1917. And that's when Red October happened, right? It's the hunt for Red October. So they were hunting for Red October. The hunt for has been removed, and now the hunters are being the hunted. Now, I also figured out that, that basically if you look at, what they want democracy. They brainwashed us with democracy, where we are a republic. Tell the lie multiple times, it becomes the truth. That's a Leninism, guys. And so we're starting to understand. And did you know that they were wearing masks at their 1917 event for Red October?
Wow.
They were also wearing masks. So we're walking around like little
Marxist puppets.
Yeah.
Yep. It's ridiculous. And for those that don't know, under Marxism, they get rid of the things that are intangible, theoretically, because I can't pick it up, I can't touch it, I can't change its features like a phone. I can pick up my phone. So religion, love, hate, so that you completely become desensitized, and that's what the masks are helping to do. And now Fauci is seeing goggles. Is that what I heard you say earlier?
Say that again?
Did I hear you guys say earlier that Fauci is saying we should be wearing goggles?
Yeah.
And, yes.
What's her name?
He put that out.
Face
He put that out yesterday and said that we should be thinking about eye coverings as well on I think CNN or something. And so everybody's talking about wearing face shields and ski goggles, for crying out loud.
Isn't that wild?
That is completely to dehumanize us.
It is
so that we become
dehumanize us. It's part of the transhumanism project that they're implementing.
Yep.
Well, look at this, Joe Ray, and I'm just going to bring it back up here. It's how do you destroy the West? Corrupt the young, get them away from religion, encourage their interest in sex, make them superficial by focusing their interest in sports, sensual entertainments, and trivialities. Always preach true democracies, but seize powers as fast and ruthlessly as possible. Encourage government extravagance, destroy its credit, produce fear with rising prices, inflation, and general discontent. Encourage disorders and foster a lenient attitude towards disorders. By specious agreement caused by breakdown of the old moral virtues, honesty, sobriety, and self-respect. Cause registration of firearms to leave the population defenseless. And that's Vladimir Lenin. That's Lenin, 1921.
1921. Isn't it amazing? So you guys have been preaching it, fight, fight, fight. And for all of you that are out there, I love your show. You guys know that. Volunteer and help candidates win. We need your help. And if you think you...
Whenever he catches... Oh, I'm buffed?
You said 5-5.
I did.
Buffering, no sound.
Buff, once again. There we go. There's a 5-5. Oh, there's a mod. Back on. Can't get back on.
Over to target, Grr.
This happened to me. This happened to me last night when I was doing a live. It was kind of crazy through Zoom. There we go. And on YouTube. And all of a sudden we had a power blip. And so I keep on going. And as I'm ending it, I go over to OBS to stop streaming. And you know what it says? Start streaming.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, they're really pulling out all the stops, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, it was just like this really weird blip, and George said nothing happened in the rest of the house. It was just this weird blip.
So, Joe Ray, they don't like us having a future senator on our show, do they?
No, they don't. No, they don't at all.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
We'll trigger them some more then.
We will. Do you want to stay with us and we'll bring in this last call?
Sure, I'd love to.
All right, let's see what we got.
Let's bring in a caller with Joe Ray.
We're bringing in 720. 720, welcome to the show. And thank you for waiting. Are you there? 720. 720. 720.
Calling
Hello.
once, calling twice, caller.
Oh, see, sometimes when people get put on hold, they might fall asleep. All right, one last call.
They go get their
720-731. You there?
Yeah.
You got your coffee?
They check their mail.
All right, so they are not there. So that's it. That we went through all of our callers.
All right, guys. Well, man, that was Joe Ray. I really appreciate you coming in, and we've been testing out the little caller thing today. What do you think about the addition? Pretty sweet, huh?
I really like it a lot.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And we're going to be going back to what is it? How many days are we going to go back to, Shady? 5 days?
We're going to go back to at least 4 days a week next week.
Zoltan said I hung up on. I was calling for you, Zoltan.
We tried.
Oh my gosh, call back. We'll wait for you. And in the meantime, Shay, so that was great advice by Anna, the caller Anna from Broward County. She was saying get the list of people that haven't told you, because in Florida we have voting absentee ballots, because a lot of people don't live here. And so what we do is, we have the absentee ballots, and she got the list of all of her neighbors that haven't voted yet. So
that's all available. Most counties, most states, you can get that.
Yeah. So guys, do that in your neighborhood. Find out who and who hasn't voted. We need to get a little loud. There's a lot of people that do think like we think, but they're just afraid to say it. Silent majority.
And they are to say it, because look at what's happening, and we have to stand up to protect ourselves, our businesses. I mean, it's just really very interesting how that the left has been working diligently for the last 30 years to tell you that the police will protect you. You don't need a firearm. Don't worry about it. Guns are for hunting and for sporting. Just turn them in. It'll be fine. We're going to protect you. And then all of a sudden, we see this speeded up, fast forward version of what's happening right now. And they're literally bringing the narrative of defund the police. So where would we be if we'd have turned in our firearms and then they start defunding the police? You see how this narrative would have worked had they been effective in initiating legislation to remove long rifles and multiple different weapons from us. This was the plan, and now they're implementing the plan, but they forgot to get our guns, and now they're exposed on every front.
All right.
Well, Shady, you said something that struck me. You said that guns are for hunting and for, what'd you say?
For sporting, yeah.
Okay, so this bizarre thought zips through my brain as you said that. And so what was one of the posts? The hunters become the hunted.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
So this is where my brain goes, and I'm sure that there's probably some troll out there that's going to catch what I'm about to say. That's okay. What if that's their plan?
Oh yeah.
That we're the sport.
Well, yeah, they've got movies about it.
Sure.
Yeah, don't they? Wasn't there one that was going to be coming out?
Yeah, it came out. I can't remember what it was called, but I watched it on Netflix, if you will. Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah. So just here's the thing: don't live in fear. Fear is false evidence appearing real. No fear. Be brave. Yeah. Stand your ground, but first pray. Everybody. I mean, most people go when all else fails. Pray. Pray first.
Right.
Pray first. It's so important. So thank you guys. Great show today. I got to listen to about 75% of it. I was in getting my hair colored.
Thank you very much, Joe Ray. You got to look good for that campaign trail.
Great.
You got to look good for that campaign trail. We got Zoltan, I believe, in here. Zoltan, are you here?
Zoltan's here.
Hey, guys, what's happening?
There he is.
Hello, Zoltan, live with the Matrixxx Grooove Show. How are you, sir?
And Joe Ray.
I'm excellent, guys. It sounds like everybody on the other end is doing very well.
Yes. And Joe Ray, do you have to get going? I wanted to just make sure.
No, I'm good. I want to listen to Zoltan.
All right, Zoltan, come on in. And what you got? What's on your mind, my friend?
Well, I wanted to share, a message of hope with everybody today. And I think that especially with everything that just keeps piling on and they're hitting us from every single direction, I wanted to remind everybody that, this is going to be a battle for your faith. everybody. You're going to have to stay strong. You're going to have to dig deep. But the greatest thing about this movement, about Q, about, where we go one, we go all, because even beyond Q, that really is the core of this entire movement. And, what I'd actually like to do, if you guys don't mind, I'd like to share a prayer with everybody to kind of finish this off. I know you guys have put a lot of time into it.
Thank you very much. Absolutely.
Awesome. Well, here's the deal, guys. Here's a prayer for my fellow man. God is with us. Stand as one. Remember, always, we all bleed red. Love has no skin color. Unity has no skin color. Compassion has no skin color. Be one and stand with me. Stand with our president and stand with truth. Now, to all of my friends in the Q Army all around the world, just a few words of blessing and a prayer as we embark on this most difficult part of our mission. Gather around and bow your head. Let us pray. Lord, we gather and humble ourselves in your presence. Lord, the demons are upon us, and we ask that you bathe us in the eternal light and lift us up. Lord, adorn us in the armor of God and empower us with your blessings. Grant us strength, wisdom, patience, humility, compassion, and the enduring love for even our enemies. Help us to pray for them. Lord, help us to see through the fog of lies and deceit. Give us the wisdom to identify the shills and the charlatans, and the patience to try and sway them from the darkness, and the strength to fend them off. Give your shepherds the skills that they need to guide their flock and to help them see the enemy's tactics. Lord, please protect our families, our friends, our communities from the scourge that is attempting to corrupt the minds and the hearts of our brothers and sisters. Lord, give light to those that are in the darkness so that they can find their way to your light. Lord, please give us the wisdom to guide our fellow man to glory and in the glory of your name. Help us to know who we can help and guide us to the path that will help them the most. Lord, help us to plant the seeds of truth and awaken those who remain consumed by the serpent's poison. And grant us the insight into the minds and hearts of our enemies so that we may cleanse them of their demons. Also give us the steady hand and the confidence to strike them down when left no other choice. Lord, bless this Q Army and bless my fellow man. Bless them with your protection as we enter the darkest days of our battle against evil. Bless us, Lord, with unity of spirit and unity of soul, so that when our time comes to make our final stand, we will stand united in the light, in the wisdom, in the strength, and the glory of God Almighty. I pray in your name, Lord Jesus. Amen.
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 Wow, beautifully said.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much. We need it. We needed that. We need the world to hear that. We need everyone to understand this is not a battle between Republicans and Democrats. This is not a battle between ideologies. This is a spiritual battle in the spiritual realms that is now bled over into the physical reality. And part of your voice coming to this has been able to expose it in the physical reality so that other people can see what evil is, so that they will be obviously on the side of us, as we know most humans would be upon witnessing such travesty and destruction that runs rampant in this realm that we exist in. Thank you, Zoltan. That was very powerful.
So well said. And we need that covering. A lot of people are feeling, helpless right now. They're feeling they're alone. You're not alone. We're here with you. We've got to keep the fight. There's a lot of. It was so amazing to hear people, call in and say, "Oh my gosh!" Right? I mean, it's just humbling for us too. And we're gonna be doing this every day. Shady, is there a Q Lounge live tonight?
There actually is not a Q Lounge live tonight, but what I am doing is I'm premiering expose on your county sheriffs at the normal Q Lounge live time. It'll be a premiere coming from here on this channel, and I will be here, and we will kind of just sit back, and I've had a lot of people ask me for information and how to find information relevant to your constitutional sheriff. So we're going to watch a little bit of a constitutional sheriff speak, and then we're going to share the links and do some discussion about how you can get more plugged in your communities, guys. This is all about learning how to speak to your sheriff in your district and learn whether or not this person is a constitutional sheriff and needs to be kept, or your candidate that you're voting for is a constitutional sheriff and needs to be voted for. This is my opinion. Next to electing Donald Trump, the sheriff in your district is your number 2 concern, guys. And so we're going to have a premiere tonight at 6 East, 6 West, 9 East, right here on the channel. So stay tuned for that here in just a little bit.
Thanks, Shady, for that. And by the way, Ghislaine Maxwell documents were unsealed and put into the court. It was funny. Everybody on the Chan boards and even good Anon researchers said, "Oh, this is old." I'm sorry, I didn't mean. This is not old. Part of it is, we've seen before, but not all of it. There's 2,024 documents in here. TechnoFrog has done a great job of highlighting some of the things that I thought were important as well. Get on TechnoFrog to check it out. And boy, these people have a problem. And don't think that this isn't new. There is a lot of this that is new, and it's entered into the Maxwell case in New York. It was released just as she was saying, "Don't release it." So I think
the mainstream narrative wants us to think there's no information here, and they're sending out the disinformation trolls to point to things that we already had that were in the Jeffrey release from before.
Right.
This is the whole deposition, the whole statements here, guys.
It goes back to 2005. It is true, but it is new. It is new. There's a lot of new stuff in here, guys. So, if you are one of those people,
would you mind if I commented on that?
Go for it,
real quick.
Yeah.
I think I may be able to help people kind of put their mind at ease of what's going on in the court system right now. Now, listen, you guys, you have to understand something. This is really important. Shady does an unbelievable job of pounding the Constitution on you guys. Do you guys realize that that's exactly what they're using in the courts? All of these steps are from the interpreted Constitution that our Mariners Law has utilized to get the public to conform, right? So what's happening right now is they are expressing every loophole that exists within their Mariners Law that you guys have all fallen for forever. Understand that they still have a couple of moves, and this is all about delay, right? What they understand is that if by some miracle, they can pull this election off, they know for a fact that they can put an end to all of this stuff because they will be in control of the powers that be. Yeah. So they're going to utilize every delay tactic that is available to them. It doesn't make any difference at the end of the day. You must understand this. Okay. Don't be bogged down by all of the distractions that you guys are seeing all around you. Okay. Mm-hmm. Don't take a defeatist approach to this. Don't feel like, oh my gosh, Flynn's getting screwed again. Yes, of course he is, but it doesn't make any difference. And if you monitor Sidney Powell and you notice that she has not in any way wavered from her position, this is because she understands they already won this case. The DOJ dropped the charges.
Absolutely.
And there is no jurisdiction in the world that can bring these charges back up without doing the due investigation. Right. So guys, this is yet another distraction. Please don't be distracted by it. Mm-hmm. The Ghislaine Maxwell stuff is going to be crucial because this is the verification, the validation of all of the research that we have done over the last 3 years. So have faith. Feel good about what you have managed to accomplish. It was the Q Army, you guys, that brought all of this stuff forward. Remember, even Devin Nunes said that had it not been for a great many anonymous sources bringing forward information to their committee, they never would have had this. We are the anonymous sources. Congratulations, you guys, for winning this war. Stay strong.
Great words, and you're exactly accurate in what you're saying and what they're doing. It is all delay tactics. In the General Flynn case, the case is dismissed. It is gone. It doesn't exist. If they're going to bring anything against him now, it would have to be resubmitting a whole case against General Flynn. They obviously cannot do that. They will not do that. This is all optics, and you're seeing, I think that everybody right now with the whole mask thing is really seeing how important optics are, and with the way the president works and sets up the optics for everything, it is crucial that the optics are accurate and good in each little nuance of this operation. So perfectly said, Zoltan. Thanks for the contribution.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you. Wow. I think we got to wrap it up, man. How long we been on? 5 hours?
Has it been 5 hours?
No, it feels like 2 hours and 55 minutes, man.
3 hours.
So we're going to wrap it up with that. Joe Ray, the future senator of Oregon. Hello, and welcome, and you're going to win. And boy, you are one of those QAnon candidates, aren't you? You've been on the Matrixxx Grooove show. Oh my gosh, crazy, isn't it?
Quiet.
Oh,
quiet.
Shh.
Jeez.
We're just MAGA patriots. They don't realize.
Hey, Shady, you didn't tell Matrixxx that Nightline wants to interview me.
He did.
Oh yeah, I let Jeff know.
Yep. He let me know.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah.
Is that craziness?
Tell him to go watch the
but we're going
Matrixxx
to be
Grooove
kind
show.
and say, nah, not yet.
But I would definitely.
You want to discuss issues? I'll talk issues with you all day long.
That's right. And let's do that. Record it too on your own too. Okay. Make sure you record it.
Yep. Oh, always. If we decide to do it, but absolutely, we record everything now.
Yep.
It has to be.
And Zoltan, thank you very much.
Don't trust them. Thank you, Zoltan. Hey guys, I'm going to go. God bless you all.
Thank you, Joe Ray. Thank you for Anna and all the wonderful callers. We got a bunch of callers coming in today. I think that they kind of like this setup, Matrixxx. Maybe we'll continue with it.
Yeah, maybe we'll do it again. Wow. And with that, guys, I think we're going to get on out of here.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Q Lounge Live. It will happen, but it will be about sheriffs. And it's a great video. Shady shared it with me already. I approve. So let's get out of here. How do I looks like
escape button.
I can't get out of here, Shady. Hold up.
We gotta go.
Hang on. I guess we can't get out of here. Oh, there we go. I don't know what's happening. Here we go. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Get out there. Be loud. Be proud.
Hear me.
In the Matrixxx, the 3x's.live to donate. In the Matrixxx.com. Check out our new website. Facebook, Twitter, Shady Grooove with 3 O's. In the Matrixxx.